It
Wow,
glitched out.
there's no one.
You see, I was like frozen there for a moment. Oh boy, oh boy. Hello, everybody. It's your boy, the Trash Mouse, and what are you gonna buy today?
I like what was it? Dumpster chinchilla.
Dumpster chinchilla.
Dumpster chinchilla. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah.
Dumpster chinchilla. What? I need my artwork now.
I need my artwork now. He's gonna like rebraze like I want to get into streaming anyways. Trash, you want to build me a computer? Like,
yeah. Dumpster chinchilla.
I actually could. Think about the parts I got. It wouldn't be great, but it would work.
It would work.
Yeah. I could probably build you a computer.
Better than what I have now.
I could choose my laptop, probably.
Considering I don't have anything now, it'd be better than what I have now.
That's a fair point. I mean, at the very least, you get to hang out with me sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, win-win for me, kind of win-lose for you.
I mean, I have conversation with someone now. You know, I don't have to try and think when I speak. It's like you'll be like, oh, okay, I'll fill in that spot. I'm like, all right, fantastic.
I'll do my best, fill in the blanks, keep the conversation going as much as I can.
Yeah, and then when we both just kind of brain fart for a moment, we hope someone in chat's talking.
Exactly. Fingers crossed. Please,
fingers crossed. Somebody's here right now.
Please let somebody say something. We don't know what to say. We're stuck.
Fall back on the default. Hot and great weather we're having.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Sir, there's lightning outside.
It's a little dark. A little dark. I can't see.
Where am I?
There's bright flashes all over. That's called lightning.
You sit there and be like, ah, shit, dude. Well, we're getting messages from some people.
Oh. So how have you guys been? It's been a whole, what, 24 hours?
Almost.
Is that? Almost 24
Actually,
hours.
it's been more than 24 hours, or less than 24 hours since the last stream. Because I ended at like 4 or something in the morning.
Well,
and we also started at 11, so we're starting late tonight.
So it's, yeah. So, well, depending, it's either less or more than 24 hours.
Technically,
so
yeah. Yeah.
In the general vicinity of a day. Ish.
Yeah, it's the next day. That's all.
Day.
It's still the Tuesday after the Monday.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be like that until midnight, believe it or not.
Yeah, we got about 8 minutes. A little under that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be Wednesday. All day.
Hump day.
All day long it's going to be Wednesday.
Not if I have anything to say about it. Runs, jumps off 9th floor balcony. There's no tomorrow for me.
Yeah, the first day and the last day of your life are the only 2 days where you don't live for a full 24 hours in that day.
Yeah. You want to hear another thing that really messes you up? You only get to live between 2 and 10 minutes, but every time you take a breath, you reset that clock.
Cool.
You sat there for a minute like, wait.
I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you only get to live between 2 and 10 minutes, but every time you take a breath, you reset that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool. Oh, it makes you think.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, he burped.
Yeah.
So we got our energy drinks. I bought him one. I bought me 2 because he already had one. Chome. Mouse waifu. How you doing, girl? What you up to? She be hopping in like, look at this man's wearing a Sailor Moon shirt. Oh my god, the cats be running. Oh, they zoom in.
Yeah,
they zoom in.
They zoom in.
Oh man, I wonder if Big Brain works on multiple people.
Squeak. Oh, squeak. I was like, speak.
Oh. I am Big Brain.
I don't think it works because I have a hat.
Yeah,
well, I guess you have a hat.
It just only works on one person because they're designed for one person, right? Gotcha. Only a couple of them are meant for like multiple people. Gotcha. But this one's fine. Hey, now we have beautiful eyeballs and eyebrow. Yeah, that.
Something to do with our face.
Yeah, my face gets more slender. My eyeballs get all a little bit more like sparkly. They cute. I got thinner eyebrows, which I'm not sure on how I feel about that one. But you know, what you up to?
Yeah, you do.
I got
thinner eyebrows.
Yeah.
Goes from
see, watch. It goes from this like beautiful thin ones to just these poofy fuckers. Like.
You're like, oh yeah, I got my eyebrows done. Just kidding, it was the filter. I still have caterpillars on my face.
What? They don't look like caterpillars. They
I
got them Rock Lee eyebrows, bro.
They're about to turn into butterflies.
This bitch cocooning away.
They're caterpillars. No, they're butterflies.
This motherfucker. What you up to, Chobe? How you doing, girl? Let's toss on some other ones, see what other weird stuff. We've become overly saturated. Ugh. Time to become the carrot man again.
This is why I like wearing blacks and grays.
Makes you even more orange. You know I'm in dinner. What are you having for dinner? Girl, you can't just be saying I'm eating dinner. Then back in VR for, but VR. I've never done the VR. I haven't played the VR chat in a long time. Sad face.
Long time.
We all black and white. Watch, we just see like a shadow person walking about. I was like, oh hell no, turn off the black and white. We're in their element.
That's where we get the infrared.
Oh man, this definitely looks whack.
Oh
Shit. One of us could be a. Oh, it's me. Yeah, I'm a peach. Oh shit. I'm gonna be now you're an eggplant.
No. Oh, Emma, I am.
I'm a peach. Oh, now I'm the eggplant. I'm back be a peach.
Let me be
Now he the eggplant.
Oh, wiggly jiggly.
This is so fucked up.
It ain't the only thing that's all wiggly jiggly.
Bonjour, sweet banana. Yeah, we got some weird shit.
There's something. There's like this commercial that it's this Canadian commercial, but it only happened in Ontario and Quebec. I think out east. I don't know. It didn't happen out west, but it was something to do with some freaky looking pineapple.
Did it have arms?
I don't know. I didn't see the commercial. I just remember there was this weird commercial that was only in that thing.
Yeah, that is called Telefrancais.
Yeah,
and that is a Quebec.
Oh,
she just. I don't know what she was doing. So Telefrancais,
okay.
is a terrifying children's TV show that teaches you how to speak French.
Yeah, because I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, it's horrifying
at all. And I was talking to my girlfriend, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, do you remember this?" And I was like, "Oh god."
No, that's why I sit there. That's why I go, "Bonjour, Monsieur Sleven." I don't know, because that's what he did. It was creepy as fuck.
And his lips.
Oh yeah, its lips were so fucked
The
up.
lips bother me the most.
Scary Vidmore? Wait, Nani? I go watch Scary Vidmore. Alright, you have fun, Chome. We're probably gonna end up talking about spooky stuff again.
Yes.
That's what we've been doing in the past, 2 weeks. We just talk about scary stories and supernatural stuff and things that are freaky, you know. Ghosts,
things
Bigfoot.
that are just weird.
Yeah.
Things you don't expect. Surprise!
Arctic,
Bet you
brother.
didn't expect that. Okay.
Arctic, what's up, homie? Yeah, so, no, this wasn't a commercial. It was actually a TV show.
It was a TV show?
Yeah, there's a full-length TV show.
People would put aside some time in their day and watch that.
Well, I believe it's from the 80s. So, 1984. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, it was before people were terrified of everything.
I love how it only lasted 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, we need to take this off.
Well, there was 30 episodes. Each of them were 10 minutes. Yeah, and I've watched all of them. They're all terrifying.
Yeah.
It's also got its own version of spooky, scary skeletons.
I'm trying to think of. So I don't think Alberta had. I mean, I'm sure they did, their own, show. I guess. I just can't remember what it would be.
I don't know. Oh, we're a lot more forced to learn French over here because we're right next to Quebec. Right. So
Alberta's French people exist in the country, so
hopefully you won't run into them.
Yeah, exactly. They're we legally have to put you through French from grade 1 to grade 9, but it's not mandatory after that.
Poor thing. We only had grade 4 to grade 9.
Really?
Yeah, and we learned the same thing every year because no one retained anything.
Really? Nope. Grade 1 to grade 9, I had to learn French, and I don't remember anything.
So I used to be able to
super basic stuff
fluently, understand, speak, read, and write it. But I didn't seem it as useful because I never used it.
Yeah.
So I was like, all I need to know is how to understand people. So now I can remember, or I can understand if someone speaks it to me, and if I read it, but I can't write it or speak it. So actually, there's a really funny situation because Canadian French, there's like 13 different types of Canadian French. Most of them are all in Quebec, and they're all just slurred actual French. So I had when I worked at a retail store.
Actual French is old French.
No,
it's very old French. It's not new French.
I call like France French, where French came from, real French. Yeah, I don't call what we have here in Canada real French. No, real French. It's literally like the type. It's almost as if a Frenchman was beat with a baseball bat repeatedly and then asked to speak a sentence. That's Canadian French.
Yep.
So, I had this situation back when I worked in retail. I used to work at a store called Spencer's Gift. They're all over Canada and the United States. Great company. But it was like I enjoyed it. There was some stupid shit that happened, but it was a fun job. And this dude who was completely French, right? He was from France. Trash, my boy was goddamn popping dude. Oh, not too much alpha. We talk about some random shit. We'll probably end up getting back to spooky stories. Spooky shit.
Did you have an aneurysm?
Almost. Grandpa, goddamn papa. That's what it said on there. Goddamn papa.
He said brat papa.
Yeah, happy to bap. So I knew how to understand French and I could read it. And this guy who was from France ends up coming to our store, and he was with his buddies because he was like an exchange person or whatever.
Okay.
And they were like, yeah, he doesn't know English, but he can understand it if you speak it to him.
Okay.
And so he would say something to his buddy, and then I'd reply to him instead of his buddy. And I was like, and then we would just have a conversation. He's speaking French, I'm speaking English. Everyone's just looking at us like, what the hell? But it just worked out. Because I didn't know how to speak French, but I could understand it. And he couldn't speak English, but he could understand it. Like, I could get by about 90% of a conversation. I'm like, all right, I know most of what you said, so I can infer the missing pieces. Yeah, and that's pretty much what he did, too. So I made his entire sale. I even upsold this guy.
Nice.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, yeah, type thing. When I said, like, hey, do you want to get this, too? He was like, hey. But I think he was just happy that someone didn't need to relay through another person to talk to him. So he was just all excited to buy more shit, I guess.
Okay.
Hey, it was fun. The Alpha, how you doing, homie? Also, Arctic says, today has been A-OK, or A-OK, Akoi? I don't know, Akoi. Been a lot, failer today. Honestly, buddy, I don't know what you just said, but, I love you, and I hope that your strokes aren't as bad as mine. Failer, I don't know what that means.
Neither do I. Please reiterate.
Yeah, Arctic, come on, man.
Try again. It's like the
this is one of my mods, people.
Roll up the rims.
He can almost speak English.
Yeah. To roll up the rims. Please play again.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Translation is bad day. Oh well, don't do that. Have a good day, you stupid shit.
That's turn nas.
Okay, you know what? Give the boy a break. His computer's probably melting. All right. His laptop
no breaks
is always
will be given here.
The sleep paralysis demon's here. Oh man.
All right. I'm awake now.
Yeah. How's it going, buddy? I forgot that I was in Discord. I messaged a bunch of people and then we started talking. Oh, that's an ad. That's gone. We can hear it. I muted it for the stream. Don't worry. That's how I could tell because I was like, that's where I live. Like, not quite, but it's nearby.
I live inside of it.
I live inside of this store. No, I just know this commercial gives away our address pretty much. It's like, oh yeah, here's the address to this place. Catter, what's up, bro?
Oh, it's a Wednesday now.
It is Wednesday now.
Is it?
Yeah, we survived till the next day. I didn't jump off the balcony yet.
The whole day?
Oh yeah.
Alright.
My transmission went out today, and that's the worst of it all. Ooh, never good when you have a train fuck. That's terrible when that happens, dude. Because that's a pain in the ass. Because then, you can hope that it's probably just something simple, but it never is.
Automatic or manual? That's the question. Because if it's automatic,
I'm pretty sure he drives automatic.
That's gonna be a pain.
Yeah.
And you have to rebuild the whole transmission pretty much. You gotta drop it and then take it all apart, figure out. But if it's manual, is it clutch, flywheel? Is it one of the linkages?
He knows cars a lot. I used to work on cars. I can figure shit out sometimes. He's a car guy though, so it makes sense why he knows cars.
Like, I know how to figure out what's wrong. I just don't necessarily. Oh, it's not that I don't know how to fix it. I just don't have the tools to fix it.
Yeah, me either. But I always manage.
Yeah. But I mean,
my dad taught me that one.
If someone's like, "Hey, can you replace my clutch?" Be like, "All right, cool. Let's bring it to a shop." And he's like,
Google.
"Actually, I don't have a shop, but I have some jack stands and a screwdriver." I'd be like, "Okay,
We'll figure this out, I guess.
all right."
So we want to talk about Spoopy shit again?
Sure.
Because that's generally, like, Ketter's always just like, I got something for you.
I exist for permanent spoop.
I mean, your name is Ketter. It's literally an SCP reference. So.
Yup.
SCP River.
Apparently.
APP River? APP River.
Man, actually. So, I've been watching a lot of those, like, green text, like, 4chan shit, like, /X, and then also some, like, Reddit and, like, Discord. Like, this is something that happened to me type things. And I saw one earlier, and it was called, like, the White Beast or some shit. And it was like this thing, it was almost dog-like, but it was still human-like. And it was out in, like, the Badlands of, oh, I forget what state it was. You guys got too many states down there, you know that, right? It's just super glue, don't worry about it.
Isn't that supposed to be in the fridge?
Why would you put super glue in the fridge?
Why wouldn't you put super glue in the fridge?
I'm not gonna drink it. I don't need it to be cold.
Oh, okay. Alright. My family's always put super glue in the fridge.
Weird.
Yeah.
I've never done that. They don't store it in a fridge before they sell it to you.
No, but it's like one of those things where it's like refrigerate after opening.
Yes. Weird. Even my girlfriend's giving you a stink eye. She was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
my family's from Alberta. Okay.
Ding 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 ding.
We're the Texas of Canada.
We're the Texas of Canada. Yeah.
Not simple automatic. Got to drive 30 miles.
Ooh. Yep, that's not good.
Okay. Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. So this creature thing. I don't remember exactly what state it was. I'd be able to find the video real easy. But like, it was this really creepy thing where like, the dumbasses went in with only .22s. So they might as well have gone at it with BB guns. Because he had .22 handguns and a .22 rifle. So it was him, his dad, his buddy, and then 2 dogs. And he had the rifle, his buddy had the gun, or one of the handguns, and his dad had another handgun. And the dogs were like fucking flipping their shit, like, we are not going near this shit, right? But they were like, we're on a high guard type thing. Well, them being teenagers were like, alright, well, we want to go out here and see this thing that we saw here. Like, we saw this weird, little, like, almost like they said it was like a grove. And then in the grove, there was like a little cave, like a little, it looked almost like a foxhole, right?
Okay.
Or a coyote den. And they were like, yo.
Was it bigger than Coyote Den, or was it about the same
Well, they
size?
thought it was a coyote den.
Oh, okay, probably.
So that's what they thought it was. And then
Right,
he was
fine.
like,
Answers
is it
my
possible
question.
to have like albino coyotes? And his dad's like, you're in school. Are you stupid? Of course there is. Right? So he just thought it was an albino coyote thing that he saw earlier in the day. And they ended up going over there. And as they were sneaking up onto the thing, like they noticed something, because they only had the one flashlight, but they also had headlamps, but they had the headlamps off because they wanted to sneak up on it. So only using the flashlight, and they caught like the glimpse of it go across the light into the den. So like, all right, we're gonna be able to sneak up on this thing.
Yep.
Right? And then for some reason, they both at the same time flicked on their headlamps to try and like startle the thing, I guess. Yep. Which seems like a really stupid thing to do if you're a teenager and you're gonna startle coyotes in the middle of the night. That doesn't seem smart, but it's what they did, I guess. And instead of, you know, shooting it, it like did some weird howl screech thing, right? And they just at the same time just screamed like, run! And like they just fucking booked it, right? Which you should never do where there's an animal that's at you, because now it's like, I'm in attack mode, you scared me, now I get to attack you, and you turned your back on me.
Yeah.
So the kid runs up into a tree and his buddy runs onto like this big rock thing that was there.
Yep.
And his buddy's just firing, but his buddy's never fired a gun before, and it's .22, so he might as well just be firing a slingshot like at it, just, you know. But so he's firing at this thing, and apparently they didn't really hit it, and then he ended up shooting at it, and it startled it because he's up in a tree with a rifle, which obviously is going to pack more of a punch than a handgun.
Yep.
And it turned, it went at him, and then as it was trying to climb up the tree, his buddy threw the handgun at the thing. Well, I mean, that's probably gonna do more damage than the .22, honestly. Like, right, Ketter?
I mean, if we're talking about a 22, the only way you could possibly be worse would be if you had a Derringer.
See, I don't really know guns too well, but I do know that a .22, from what I've heard from all of my gun friends in the States, is yeah, you might as well be shooting spitballs.
I mean, unless you're hunting something like chipmunks or squirrels, 22 is really not much use.
Yeah. So, and they're shooting at this thing that apparently turned out to be like over 7 feet tall.
Oh yeah,
It was kind of like spindly and things. Yeah, it looked almost human, but sort of dog. And he's like, it didn't look like a werewolf though. Actually, someone that was in the thread ended up being like, "Can you give a rough drawing and I'll draw it?" Right.
Mhm.
So the guy made rough drawing, and then they drew something like it, and he was like, it's very similar to that." And then like got them to tweak a couple things, and they drew it again, and it was like, oh, that's kind of spooky looking. And yeah, so as it was going up the tree towards him, the handgun ends up getting thrown at this thing, and I think it probably weighs more than what the bullets will actually do in damage. So getting hit with like what, like I think like a handgun would be like at most like what, 2-3 pounds at most,
yeah,
something like that. So apparently that hitting it caused its attention to turn. And at that exact same time, the dogs came running down with the dad because the dad heard the firing, right, and just let the dogs off leashes, and they ran at the fucking thing. It was a German Shepherd, and I don't remember what the other one was, but German Shepherd just came and fucking bodied the damn thing over. Because even if it doesn't bite you, if a German Shepherd wants to take you down, its entire mass will knock you down, right? And took the thing to the ground, and then it went up on its hind legs, and they were like, "Oh shit!" And then the dogs got out completely okay. Yeah, but apparently, German Shepherd ended up getting a hold of its arm, and they heard like a terrible crunching sound. So like the dog broke its arm, you know. I'm like, yeah. And I breathed like a sigh of relief after I was watching it, and it was like the dogs are both okay. I'm like, oh, thank God, the puppies, you know. Like
the little teenagers, nah, you can make another one.
I mean, it was their own fault, you know. They kind of startled the thing in its own home, so I mean, they hunted it.
Yep.
But yeah, they attacked this fucking thing, and he's like, "I'm never going back there." So it was this really spooky, scary kind of thing, and I was like, it doesn't seem like a flesh walker. It doesn't seem like, a skinwalker or a flesh gate. It doesn't seem like a werewolf or like a fae of any kind. I was like, I have no idea what the fuck this is. So,
ooh, I got a story for you.
Ooh, okay, story time.
All right, so I was in grade 9. My school was
like super low down here.
All right, well, I don't feel like yelling.
Okay, well then let's see if we can move this a little bit closer. That's about as close as getting, I guess.
All right, that works. So in grade 9, my school decided that it would be a good idea to take both grade 9 classes. So there was about 60, 70 of us. With, I think there was only 5, 6 parents, and then the 2 teachers. So at max 8 adults for 60, 70 grade 9 students. And they're like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go out in the middle of winter, like Alberta winter, so -30, -40, which is the same, doesn't matter if it's Celsius or Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Same temperature.
Once it hits around 0, it's pretty much the same.
Well, 0 and
below 0, it's all pretty much the same numbers as it goes up.
No.
No?
No. Oh. No. 0 is, I think, what, 28 or 32 degrees Fahrenheit? Something like that.
I don't know, -40 is -40 in both, and -30 is -30 in both.
Nope, -30 is different. -40 is the only one.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
But anyway, it's fucking cold. So it gets to the point where we don't have tents, and our teachers and the parents were like, okay, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna build lean-tos. You're gonna sleep in the middle of winter.
What the fuck?
Outside in lean-tos, and you have to build them yourself. And then you have to make a fire to stay warm. You need to...
They wanted to just natural selection the fuck out of you kids.
Pretty much.
Some of you will not make it home.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
And it was so funny, because the one parent was like, all right, you know, let's sit around the campfire and share scary stories. And all of us were like, all right, you know, cool, sounds good. Like, all the guys were like, yeah, let's do it. And all the girls
There's 60, 70 of us. We're safe, you know.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
You know, it's only going to get 10 of us if anything does show up.
And we can all dogpile it and kill it.
Exactly, yeah. You know, body heat from us will boil the insides of it, so it works.
You become fucking... like...
like the bees.
You just change it to like Japanese honeybees.
Yeah, we're just surround it and start vibrating, and we're just like. It worked. And then all of a sudden, we have this giant, weird Cthulhu type thing of cooked meat. We're like, perfect. We're eating for the rest of the trip.
Just destroy a Lovecraftian beast with vibration. Like, there's
So-
one girl sitting on top of the pile. Oh yeah, like.
You're just sitting on top. Oh. It's never.
Why
felt
is
this
my
good
neck
before.
wet? I'm trying to kill this
Oh.
thing.
Oh no.
But yeah.
Anyway, so this one parent's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna tell some scary stories," and we're sitting around the fire, and he's like, "I'm gonna tell a story about Goat Man," and we're like, "Ooh, okay." And like none of us knew what Goat Man was, and he told us this story about how the woods that we were in were like this native territory, and it was a reserve at one point. And then after the government did some things, the reserve lost that land. And after the reserve lost the land, the Native Americans that lived there ended up cursing the land and brought these spirits, whether it was goatmen or whatever it was, to this land to protect it for themselves. That was the story.
Okay.
So the next day, like everyone's like, oh my gosh, that was really spooky. The next day, we're going to the one firing range because we're out in the middle of winter. Why not? We're going to shoot some guns. It's the Texas of Canada.
Yeah, they actually have guns over there. Not a lot, but they got a lot more than here.
Yeah. So
I think, doesn't Alberta have more guns than pretty much any other province?
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than the territories, because territories are mostly military.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, we got to shoot some. We did. We had 33s, 38s, some 12 gauge, some 24 gauge, slug shotgun. There's a lot of different things that we got to shoot. And when we were on the way, we were walking through, and the trail kind of split, and it was very obvious where the trail was supposed to go because it's winter and there's about 3.5 feet of snow on either side, and then it's packed down in the middle. And then there was like this kind of opening in the trees that went this other way, and we all just kind of kept following the trail. And one of the parents decided to hop around and go around this little trail thing, put on this mask for like a goat man mask, and a big hairy jacket, and he hid in the trees quite a ways up the trail because we had to come
Now hold
back
on, you guys
around.
got guns with you.
No.
Okay.
No. We didn't have guns with us. We were going to the firing range.
Oh, okay. I was
to
gonna say
shoot.
like.
No. We didn't have guns with us.
Who would want to pay for a win?
Don't worry, they're not that stupid.
Okay.
So he's waiting in the trees, and it's a bunch of pine trees. You can't see a thing inside the woods.
Okay.
So we're walking through this trail, and then all of a sudden he pops out in like the middle of the group, and it was the lamest thing because he literally stepped out and he said, "I am Goat Man," and that's it. And then like everyone kind of looked and was just like, "Aww." And it was
You
just
made
this-
us less scared of
Yeah,
it.
it was like this. It was such a disappointing sigh that everybody let out, and then everyone started laughing.
Yeah, because that could have been perfect. if you did it right.
Yeah, if you did it right.
All they had to do was just. like,
Yeah, all he had to do is just hide further back, scream.
And have other people turn and look and describe what they saw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's it. And then he could have just gotten farther up, and then ran towards the group in this costume, and then book it into the woods at the last minute.
Yeah.
That's all he had to do. But instead, he decided to walk out of the trees and say, "I am Goat Man." Everyone's like, "Wow."
Okay, maybe some
Okay.
people were genuinely scared the night before, and that was their way of making them less scared.
You know what? Either way, I was disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would have been preferred to terrified and shat myself. Like, I would tactically shit myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, that was the second day we were there.
Okay.
We were sleeping in lean-tos outside in the middle of winter, in the middle of nowhere.
Actually, can you describe lean-tos to anyone that doesn't know?
Okay, so lean-tos. Basically what you got. We're going to use some screws to describe what a lean-to is. So these two screws, if I can hold them, maybe not. Fingers, please work.
He's trying, guys.
I'm trying.
He's doing his best.
Alright, so these two screws are two trees. Okay? The trees are there naturally. What we do is we find another tree or log or something like that, and we put it across like that. And then we tie it on. And then what we do is with the log that's across, okay, you guys can remember that this is there. I'm going to move this one. We put them across like this and lean them down. So then you have one kind of roof type thing and then an opening in the front. That's what a lean-to is. And then you
just hope that the wind direction doesn't change overnight.
Yeah, basically, like you cover.
Otherwise,
up
you're
the
covered in
sides,
snow.
You cover up the sides and you cover up the back with like tarps and stuff like that. And then if you get another tarp, then you can hang it over the front, so you kind of have a little bit of privacy and wind protection and stuff like that. But that's it. There's
pretty much you're stuck in a tiny man-made cave in case an animal like a bear wants to eat you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And should a bear want to eat you, it just goes boonk and knocks the entire lean-to on you, and you die.
Yeah, because you got the extra weight of all the trees and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's better to have a tent, because at the very least, it'll be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, and then it'll be like, I don't want to be near that.
Yeah, exactly.
It smells like people.
This
Whereas if you're outside, it's like, that people smells like food.
Mm-hmm. So, a couple nights later, we ended up, like, we were sleeping, and we ended up hearing something walking in the bush. And we're like, okay, haha, who's being smart and, you know, trying to scare us? So, myself and two of the other guys in a little group of lean-tos that we had, because, you know, separate from guys and girls, because sleeping arrangements,
well, I mean, you're in grade 9,
yeah,
so
exactly.
you're 14. Makes sense.
Well, some people would think, but
well, yeah, I mean, puberty's hitting.
Yeah,
right. So makes sense.
Oh, something's happened. So we got to the point where, like, okay, you know, we need to go figure out what this is. So me and a few other guys were like, all right, let's grab our flashlights, let's grab our headlamps, and let's see if someone's walking around. Let's see if someone's trying to find the bathroom or the outhouse, whatever it is. So we get up and we're making sure that everyone in our lean-tos was still there. Everyone in the groups that we had was still there, so obviously it was one of the other groups. So we're like, all right, no problem. We go over to the other ones, we kind of check, and we're like, all right, everybody's still there. This is kind of weird. One of the teachers wakes up, because obviously we have flashlights and we're shining them in the lean-tos like idiots, being like, oh, what's going on? So he wakes up and he's like, what's going on? And we're like, oh, we heard rustling in the bush. We just wanted to see if anyone was trying to scare us. And he's just like, oh, well, is anyone gone from your group? And then we're like, nope, like, no one's gone. It's like, oh, okay, well, give me a second. Teacher gets all of his gear, gets his flashlight, gets up, and we start looking around the bush, because the teacher's like, I'd rather be with you in case something happens, because I can be the adult and be responsible.
Yeah.
So he starts looking with us. We kind of walk back behind where our lean-tos were into the woods. And we see these footprints that look like hooves. Like, not a definitive hoof print, but it kind of looked like a hoof in a way. And we're like, okay, we're in the middle of nowhere. It's probably a deer.
Or a moose.
Or a moose.
You hope it's not a moose. Moose will fuck you up.
Yeah. Moose aren't as common unless we're in the mountains.
Oh, really? We got moose all over the place here.
Yeah. No. Alberta's not as common unless you're in the mountains.
Which is nice. Caribou over there?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
So we're like, alright, it's either a deer, caribou, who cares? Oh, who cares? Not a big deal. Then we start walking back. And as we turn around, we're walking through, and on the trees there were scratches, like.
Yeah. You can see his tail.
Yep.
He's just playing in a box.
So we see these scratches on some of the trees as we're walking. Howdy.
Let's go, Metallic. Talk about more spooky shit.
More spooky shit. So to catch you up, Metallic, winter camp in grade 9, a bunch of 14-year-olds, about 50, 60 of us, however many, a few teachers. They tried to scare us with the whole goat man story. Didn't work. And then we hear stuff.
A few nights later, we start exploring, and we see hoof prints. And then as we walk back to where we were sleeping, It's nighttime.
It's nighttime. We end up seeing scratches on the trees. And we're like, okay, that's kind of weird. So then we get back to the lean-tos, and the teacher's like, okay, just don't necessarily try and fall asleep right away. Let me know if you hear anything else. Like, if you hear anything.
You guys have to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
or the Overwatch right now.
Yeah, like, if you hear anything, come get me right away. Let me know what you hear, what it sounds
Did he
like.
give you guys walkie-talkies or nothing?
No. We're in the middle of nowhere, and he's just like, "Yeah, come find me." And we're
Yeah, I was gonna
"Okay,
say,
we're
like, what the
probably gonna
fuck?
die,
You guys
but
didn't bring
alright."
walkie-talkies. Like,
No. I don't know. School was cheap.
yeah, apparently, and not thinking.
Nope. So he's like, yeah, if something happens, come find me, and like, I'll be in my lean-to. You know where to find me. Don't worry, we're gonna be safe.
But just in case, you guys
Just in
protect
case,
everyone.
yeah,
Like, what the
just-
fuck?
Yeah. Well, because we were kind of on the edge of where everyone was. Like, there were 3 different groups.
Oh, so
of
you're the ones that are
lean-tos.
gonna get picked first. That's
Yeah.
why he's telling you to stay awake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fight if need be.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's like, all right,
Without saying
stay
that.
close, or not stay close. Like, try and stay awake for the first little bit. And if you hear anything, let me know. Come find me. Come get me. Whatever it is. Like, cool. Sounds
Mhm.
good. So then we're kind of, seems exactly.
Exactly, right?
A bunch of grade 9s being like, okay, yeah, you take care of this.
Honestly,
weird
I think I
problem."
trust 14-year-olds over a single adult, though. Because
Yeah.
that's when you're young, stupid, and you're filled with testosterone, and you're just like, I'm gonna fuck it up! Yeah.
We got it.
Especially you country kids, as opposed to, like, us city kids. We would just be like, I gotta go and call my mom!
We're like,
Whereas, like, country kids are like,
gun range.
I pushed a tractor by myself, I'll fuck it up. Like,
Exactly. So,
yeah.
yeah. So
No, it's yeehaw.
yeehaw, yeah.
Ha yee.
Don't be mocking us, boy.
Yeah, boy.
So we're kind of staying awake, and we're talking to each other like, all right, like, I haven't heard anything. You guys hear anything? No, we don't hear anything. All right, I think we're good. Like, let's. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. I don't even like that. That's just.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Stop.
So you gotta do it with the same, like, way of saying yeehaw, but backwards. Hi. Yeah. Just going backwards.
Oh, yeah. No. Don't like it.
Alright.
Don't like it.
Alright. But yeah, okay, scary shit.
So we start to fall asleep. And we're like, all right, let's just kind of relax. Try to fall asleep because we need to be up early to do the rest of the stuff that we have planned, because our teacher's like, we're sleeping at night in winter outside in lean-tos. Let's just wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning because you guys are going to want to do that. You're teenagers. Ooh, spooky.
Oh yeah.
So we're pretty much asleep at this point, and then we hear rustling again. And we're like, ooh, okay, that was weird. So then we all kind of wake up, and we're on high alert. And then we hear a little bit more rustling, and we're like, all right, if we hear any more rustling...
Anubis and Mars are wrestling, so...
we're going to go get this teacher again and let him know what's going on. We didn't hear any more rustling. And then about 20 minutes later, we heard this weird kind of like screamish howl type thing. And it's Alberta. We know what coyotes sound like. We know what wolves sound like. We know what caribou sound like and other things. It didn't sound like any other animal that I've heard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys
Personally.
need you need to go hunting in order to pass school there. I swear.
Pretty much.
So like you
Yeah.
guys know the wilderness.
We guys know. We guys.
I mean that you speak like hey you need to be man.
we guys need to know what we know.
That things and stuff. Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's
Darn
not a
tootin'.
sound you've ever heard before.
No. So we're like, okay, that was weird. So then we're like, we need to get this teacher, like, ASAP. So then we get all of our stuff, headlamps, flashlights, get up, get dressed, get onto this guy's lean-to. And as we're walking towards him, he's walking towards us, and he's like, did you hear the howl? And we're like, yeah, that's why we're on the way to come get you. And he's just like, okay, like, we need to figure this out. Like, I'm gonna call the guy that runs this little area type thing, see if he can bring out a shotgun for myself and him.
Just so we can accidentally hit a kid. Yeah.
Well, just in case something happens. And we're like, okay. And he's like, you three need to go back to bed because we can't risk you guys running around while the two of us have
Guns.
lethal weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, okay, sounds good. So we head back over to the
my
lean-tos.
trusty boot knife.
Yeah. I had about 2 different pocket knives on me at the time. So I was like, I'm ready.
It's Canada. We've all got knives,
Oh,
man. As a country kid of camping with friends and we hear weird noises like grab some weapons, let's go find it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. 100%. You hear something, you're like, I'm gonna figure out what that is, and if it's too big for me to kill, then it's gonna kill me. But I'm gonna go down with the fight. And if I can kill it, I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah,
that's what's gonna happen.
If it can touch me, I can kill it.
Yeah.
Technically,
Well,
you can hope.
I mean, if it was a bear, it could touch me. I just wouldn't necessarily be able to kill it. I could touch him.
I punched one in the mouth before and it backed off, so you might be able to
Well.
kill it. And I'm not a big guy.
Killing it might be.
Though the adrenaline probably gave me an extra kick. It was like, oh fuck you!
So we, like, 3 of us go back to bed, and we're kind of like laying there, and we're wide awake, like we're high alert, like what's going on? Like, one of our teachers is walking around with a shotgun right now. This is normal.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And we're just kind of waiting to either hear another one of these screams or a gunshot. We didn't hear either one of them. We're like, okay, cool. Ended up falling asleep, woke back up. The next morning, everything was fine. And then the next night, we heard the scream again. We're like, okay, we're not gonna go get this guy because he heard that scream too. Like, there's no way that he didn't hear the scream. We don't want to try and go find him and then have him walking around with a shotgun and accidentally shoot one of us, so we're just gonna stay here. So we grabbed our flashlights and we're like sitting on the ground in our lean-tos, like looking in the bush, seeing if we can find anything or see anything, or like see our teacher walking around.
Yeah.
And all 3 of us happened to shine our lights the exact same direction at the exact same time, which was just complete fluke. And something was standing in the woods in the direction that we shone the flashlights. And then we saw it, and it was kind of had like these dog leg type things, horse legs, kind of hairy. It was kind of standing there, had kind of like a goat looking face. Wasn't necessarily like pure goat, like it wasn't like, take the goat head off, put it on a human being. It was just
Goatman are called that for some reason, but they've got like a horse dog head.
Yeah,
usually without ears.
Yeah. And it kind of had like very long, like its shoulders. Yeah, you know what? I would have full charged at it, but when all 3 of us kind of point our lights at it, and it's like standing there with its like legs and arms just kind of like staring at us, we're like, okay.
You're not a real man unless you bayonet charge a cryptid. Like,
well, we didn't have any bayonets, so we all just kind of like stopped, looked at each other, and then we looked back and it was gone. And then we're like, okay, knives are coming out just in case something happens. And then the 3 of us were like, all right, we got each other's back. If it comes for one of us, the other 2 are jumping on this thing. Doesn't matter if the kid dies, we got to get this thing to prove that this thing exists.
Yeah.
Nothing obviously happened. I'm still here. No one died. But we saw this thing, and we talked to that teacher the next day, and he's just like, hey, did you guys hear the howl last night? And we're like, yeah, we heard it. We ended up seeing it. It was in the woods. It was about, I'd say, I think it was like 20, 30 meters away from where
Too close.
our lean-tos were. And he's just like, oh, what did it look like? And we described it to him. And he's just like, that was the same thing I saw last night.
It's like, you didn't shoot it?
Well,
Like-
yeah. And we're just like, oh, you saw it? And he's just like, yeah, but it was too far away for me to hit it with the shotgun. And I was just like, oh, bullets travel pretty far.
Like, yeah, it doesn't matter if it spreads, it'll still hit.
Yeah, it'll make contact with it, and it'll be like, ow, okay. Either you're gonna piss it off, it's gonna charge at you, and then you
Now
can
you have a
lot-
better shot.
Yeah, better shot, a lot tighter of a spread, and then boom, you blow a hole in his chest.
Hopefully.
Or it gets pissed off and it runs away.
Ketter's just sitting here silently in chat like, I got a spooky boner right now, thank you. Like,
Yeah. So yeah, and then 2 days later, we ended up going home. Didn't see it. Didn't hear from it after that. It was weird. It was. I think it was funny because it didn't bother us the first night, but then the next night that we were there, when the one guy's like, "Oh yeah, I'm Goat Man," I'm like, "Ha ha," maybe he's like, "Okay, you mock me, I come after you."
well, see, the thing is, like, you talk about them when they show up, right? Like, that's part of the folklore.
Yeah.
So, Ketter, you got any interesting stories from your teen years of supernatural shit other than the ones that you've already shared?
I've honestly shared all of my personal experiences that I've
know-
had.
Anything about, like, someone that you know, that, stories they've told you and you're like, I believe that? Or family members, friends? Obviously, don't need to
I
get
got-
specifics.
I got one,
Okay.
at least that I can think of.
Alright.
And because of this, I believe that my uncles were experienced what people refer to as alien abduction. So
Oh, okay, we're
okay.
going on that line.
All right.
We're going supernatural instead of paranormal. All right. Okay. Okay.
so long story short, they were out.
Don't make it short. We want to hear the long story.
Okay, fine. They were in New Hampshire.
Content.
And my one uncle lived in New Hampshire at the time, and my other uncle was up there visiting him. And given that it's New Hampshire, my entire family are hunters. We're all kind of from the fucking boonies. They're out driving around on the back roads of New Hampshire, Keene, New Hampshire to be specific, or near Keene, New Hampshire, I should say.
They in like side by sides or in pickup trucks.
No, they're in a pickup truck.
Okay.
They're in my uncle's
The
pickup
real
truck.
redneck.
The one.
Gotcha.
No,
Yeah.
I wanted to specify if it was a side by side or pickup truck. I mean, if they're riding around on dirt bikes with shotguns on their back, then that's full redneck. Actually, no.
Nah.
ATVs.
Full rednecks can't afford dirt bikes.
Yeah, they ride ATVs.
Had it been anywhere else, they probably would have been on ATVs. But
Yeah.
they went up to this pond that I cannot for the life of me remember the name of. But anytime I was up there, I'd always go fishing in that pond with my uncle, who lived in New Hampshire. And it was 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and they just stop at the pond, and they're sitting there, having a couple beers, looking at the pond, staring at the skies, just shooting the shit. And all of a sudden, they said there was this bright blue light that expanded out of nowhere to just like the size of the moon for like 5-10 seconds and then vanished.
Okay.
And they're like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck did we just see? They didn't really think anything of it. And they get in their truck and they're heading home. And it's when they're heading home they realize that, hey, wait a minute. when we stopped at that pond, it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Why is it 3 in the morning now?
Oh, that would be fucking weird. Okay, I hate missed time. That's happened to me once. I don't think it was supernatural or anything. I just don't know what happened. Right? I guess that would probably make supernatural or paranormal of some kind. I just remember there was this one time I'm sorry, I'm cutting into your story. You should go first then.
That's all there was to it. They know that's like they don't remember anything else. They just know that all of a sudden it was 3 in the morning, you know,
Like
and
6
they
hours
don't know
ago.
how,
Hmm.
and they don't know what the fuck actually happened.
Dang.
That's weird. That just reminded me, like, back when I was 12 or 13, I used to hang out with a buddy of mine, and there was this big fucking forested area with like a lake going, or not a lake, sorry, like a river going through it, back behind a school, right? You had to go there's like a back field that was big enough for like 2 soccer fields, pretty much, like, I would say lengthwise. And not like, you know, like FIFA style, but like what kids would have at a school.
Yep.
So there's this forest, and it's got like this large stair set you can go down, and you go deep into the woods, and then there's like the river, and there was this spot by the river that like I just kind of like hanging out, right? It was like a quiet place that I enjoyed because nobody else ever went there. My buddies knew how to get there because obviously I showed them. I was like, this is a really nice spot, and they were like, all right, yeah, that's cool. But you know, as being like 12, 13-year-olds doing gang shit, you know, because we were cool, they didn't really care to just sit there and enjoy nature. And we went there at night because we used to do parkour, all right, on top of the school. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to my spot down in the woods. And they're like, yo, let's go chill in the woods at night, right? Stupid, because, well, number one, there's obviously there's like snakes and shit, right? But like, and there's obviously like animals and whatnot. There's not normally coyotes in this area, but like there's the chance of there being coyotes, and there's not bears far away. Like bears are found in town fairly often, or I wouldn't say often, but more often than you'd like, right? Like there's at least like 5 or 6 bear sightings like every year, right? And that's only the ones that you see, right? Because a lot of houses back right up to the forest, and that's, so we're talking about like in town, not like there
in the city.
Metallic dropping them with you. Ah, shit, I gotta find my water. All right, well, I'll tell my story after I got my water.
Okay.
Oh my good. Oh, roly poly.
Where's the voice? Yeah.
Now that he's gone.
Got me some moisture.
The joys of being right next to the fucking kitchen.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's dope. Come on, chair. Move on over. Move on up. Alright. I think that's roughly where I was, right? Or was I further ahead?
Ooh.
That could have been really bad. I think I was right here. Ish. Yeah, it looks to be okay. Well, got him. Let me drink some moisture. Okay, so yeah. So we head on down to, like, all right, we're out in the forest and whatnot. They're all running around. Like, I'm gonna be in my spot. You guys know how to get there. And it's a fairly large wooded area. So I'm down in, you know, this wooded area in my spot, and it's right next to the river, right? So it's not hard to find. Just listen to the sound of water, and then pretty much follow along it till you find me, right? So I'm in my spot, and I would just usually hang out on this one fallen down tree that was there. It was like a big fucking tree too, right? And I was hanging out there, and you know, just kind of chilling, enjoying nature, doing my thing. And I think we went there at about like probably like 10 or 11 o'clock at night because, you know, we're little rambunctious teenagers that, you know, got out of the house.
Why not?
And I'm just kind of chilling, and then I was like, all right, well, I've had my fill of time or whatever. Like, I didn't see anything, I didn't feel different or whatever. And I end up heading back out, and I'm like calling my friends' names. I'm like, all right, guys, like, where you at, right? And this is before I had a cell phone, because I got a cell phone when I was 14, right? Or no, I probably got it when I was 13, so this was probably when I was 12. Whatever. It was before I had a cell phone. And so I didn't know what time it was. So I'm just heading back. I'm like, hey, guys, where you at, type thing, right? Because I know where they would probably be. And I'm like, all right, well, I don't see them, right? So I head on back up towards the school. And my buddies are all there, and they're all like panicking. And they see me, they're like, oh, dude, where were you? I was like, what do you mean? They're like, dude, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? We've been looking for you all fucking night. We almost called the cops. I'm like, what? And then I realized that it's getting light outside. I was like, what? I don't know. Like I wasn't gone for long. Like I was just kind of chilling there for a little bit. I was like, all right, I didn't fall asleep. I was just kind of sitting there, and I was like, I just needed, you know, a little bit of me time. And I was like, all right, this is nice, relaxing. And I was like, what the fuck? So, but yeah, I didn't see anything. I didn't feel different. No weird sounds. No lights or nothing. It was just lost time. Weird. So yeah,
Weird. I haven't experienced lost time, but I have experienced aliens before, and it was interesting. And I find it difficult to talk about because whenever I talk about it, people are like, "Oh, you just saw like an airplane, like you just saw like something that has a completely logical explanation for it."
oh,
And I was
that's
just
what we
like,
hope.
well, yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
I hope it has a logical explanation because I can't describe anything else. So, I was out in I don't know why everything happens in Alberta, but it's just I don't know. I've spent most of my life out there, so all the shit that happens happened out there. I was out driving around in rural Alberta because I was bored. I wanted to escape from the city, and once you leave, it's far enough north that if you get to the point where it's a clear night, you can see the northern lights, and it's really, really cool.
I've never seen those actually. I really want to one day.
One day will.
Yeah. Well, I want to go super up north one day to be able to see it.
So, it gets to the point where I'm driving around and I get to a couple dirt roads, and I'm driving down these dirt roads, and there's this set of railroad tracks, and I was like, all right, you know, this is as good of a spot as ever. There was a little spot where I could pull to the side of the road and just kind of sit there and look up at the stars. And I was driving a truck at the time, and I hopped out. I had some blankets, had a pillow, literally just hopped out of the truck, hopped in the bed, and just laid down in the back and just looked up and watched the stars. Which
Sounds like a good time, honestly.
yeah, if anyone can do that, I highly recommend doing it.
Yeah, get out of the city and do that.
Get out of the city and just.
Because there's a lot more stars out there than you think.
Oh yeah, and even if you don't have a truck, even if you have like a car with a sunroof, just open up the
I'll
sunroof.
just lay on the fucking roof.
Yeah, lay on the roof.
As long as you don't weigh a whole lot, you should be fine.
If you're able to get on the roof, you're not going to damage the roof.
Usually. Newer cars, you might dent it, but
Yeah.
whatever.
But anyway, laying in the bed of this truck, looking up at the stars, and I see this one star, and initially I thought it was a shooting star because it's moving across the sky, and it's hauling across the sky, and I was like, oh okay. But normally shooting stars are really quick. They're there and then they're gone.
Yeah.
This thing is started and then it was kind of moving slower, like it was moving slowly, and then it kept getting faster and faster and faster, and then I kept following it, and then at one point it just stopped. Like it literally just stopped. It didn't disappear, it just stopped. And I was like, huh, okay, that was weird. Maybe it just went behind a cloud that I can't see. Maybe it disappeared. Like maybe something happened that I can't explain because it's nighttime, and something like out of my control happened to whatever this is, and it burned up or whatever it was. And I'm still kind of looking at it. I was like, because I think that's the right one. I think that's the one that was moving. Like that's kind of weird. Starts moving backwards.
I'll go deal with that. You do the story.
Okay.
Fucking cats.
So
Now that we're alone.
I start following this thing, and it starts moving backwards, and I was like, okay, like that's the same one that I was looking at before. This is kind of weird. I don't really know what's going on. It's darker in the background, but it's fine. From here, yeah.
It's not our background lighting. It's okay.
Yeah. So, it starts moving backwards, and I was like, hey, this is kind of weird. And then it starts kind of moving around in circles, and it does like little tiny circles in the sky, and it's just doing circles. That's all it's doing. It's like a helicopter just going in circles. I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. Wasn't flashing, wasn't any other color. It was just kind of like this whitish, bluish looking thing, like a star. And I'm just kind of staring at it, just moving in circles. And then the circles get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, okay. And then it stops, disappears. I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. Appears somewhere else in the sky, gets really, really big, and then disappears. I was like, okay, I can't explain this. I don't want to be out here because I'm in the middle of nowhere in rural Alberta. I don't want to die. Hopped in the truck, drove back home, got into the city, like, alright, I'm safe. There's security cameras around, there's 7-Elevens all over the place. If something weird happens, some camera's gonna pick it up and I'm gonna be fine. And I was talking to a friend of mine that lived out in the country, kind of where I was, not in the same area, but I was like, hey man, have you ever seen anything weird in the sky? And he's just like, what do you mean? And I was just like, have you seen anything you can't explain? And he's just like, you talking about aliens? And I was just like, yeah. And he's just like, yeah, there's this one that usually comes up, and he literally described exactly what this thing did without me talking about it. I literally was like, hey man, like, have you experienced aliens here before? And he's just like, yeah, there's one that does this. It comes up, comes really, really fast, stops, moves backwards, then does some circles, and then it just gets really big and then disappears. And I was just like, cool, because I saw that tonight. And it's just like, oh, cool, well, I'm glad I'm not crazy.
Yeah,
just like, well, maybe we're both crazy.
Yeah, we just both saw the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reminds me of back when I was, I think I was 17.
Okay.
And so my girlfriend, she used to work at a Subway that was, so pretty much like I lived over here, and then I had to like walk a ways and ways, and I had to go through my old high school's like field, and then there was like this hill on the field. Then there's a school, and you walk past school, and you go down another hill, and then you go past, and there's a McDonald's that at the time I worked at, and then you go northward, and you go like farther and farther, and then there's this big fucking hill, then a lower hill, then a big hill, and then you eventually get to where we work, right? Okay. It's a little bit under, I'd say it's about a mile, right, of a walk, right? So maybe a little under a mile, maybe a little over, but give or take. So I'm walking, and as I get to the field, my brain, like I've explained this before, but my brain will sometimes just tell me, it'll just say a word or a couple words, and then I'll be like, okay, and I'll follow whatever my brain just told me, right? It's almost like a sixth sense kind of thing. And my brain just said up, and I was like, up, right? So my brain goes, what's up? You know, like, so I glance up.
Jumping?
Yeah, right? So like I glanced up first, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I see it was like 6 or 7 lights, just big yellow lights. They almost look like when you have like a really bright flashlight, you shine it up on the clouds, right? Yep. It looked like that, and that's what I thought it was at first, right? And they're just kind of rotating in a perfect circle, going around. So I'm sitting here like, okay, like I'm thinking maybe there's like a carnival or something, and there's just lights going up, right? Yep. So it is directly over the field as I'm approaching the field. And I'm like, okay, well, this field is large enough to have an entire like track on it that every time you run around that track, it's a kilometer. Okay. So as I'm walking through,
pretty decent there, bud.
Well, it's because, oh, and then on the other side of that, there's like a baseball diamond as well. So like it's a decent sized field.
Pretty safe. Pretty big size area.
Oh yeah, and then off to the side, there's another soccer field, but it doesn't matter. So I'm walking through this field, and I'm glancing up. I'm like, well, I use my ears to look more than I actually look, right?
Also, for all you Americans out there, 1 kilometer is 0.8 of a mile.
There you go. So I thought it was less than that.
No, 0.8. It's because one mile is 1.61 kilometers.
That makes sense. Sure, that math checks out. So I'm walking through this field, and since I rely more on my hearing than my vision, I've walked this field a million times because I'm 17, which means I'm in my grade 12 year, and I've been going there since grade 9. I know this field. I know where all the little potholes are and everything.
Does it check out? No, I'm questioning my math.
I think it's off, but it doesn't matter.
It's less. Yeah. It's less than that.
It doesn't matter.
Mile.
So I'm just kind of looking up at this thing, listening for anything that might be around me in case I hear people and I can avoid walking into them. But there's no one in the field. Obviously, it's the middle of fucking night. She's ending her shift. Mm-hmm. So I'm walking, and the night shift at my work is there. So I think it must have been after 11 o'clock at night. 1 kilometer is 0.6 of a mile. There you go. You're close. So I'm just kind of walking, I'm staring at these things, and then I realize they start moving. As I'm walking, they go in the same direction as me. I'm like, well, this is fucking weird, right? So I keep walking, and I get to the hill, and I start walking on the hill, still kind of watching it, but you know, you're walking down it's like a gravel hill, so you really don't want to eat shit on that, so you want to watch where you're looking.
Yep.
So I'm like, I get down fine, and I glance back up, it's still there, still moving the same direction that I'm going, and I'm like, okay. Now, like, I thoroughly believe that there's life out there. I don't think we're interesting enough for it. Okay, so
I think it observes us.
Yeah, but more of as if like a zoo attraction more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like
It's not like it's targeting me, is the way
I don't want to interact with that because they're too stupid.
I mean, we developed nuclear weapons and pointed them at ourselves.
Yeah.
Not that nukes will do anything in space, but not the point.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah. Where we're dumb enough to point weapons at ourselves. You want to fight us? So I'm walking, and I'm like, alright, so I walk around the school, I go down the other hill as I'm just still watching this thing, right? I get all out to my work, and because I'm at the McDonald's that's at the road that I have to go up down the hills to be able to get to my girlfriend's work. So I'm like, well, she's not done for a little bit, I'm gonna be early, so I go into my work and I talk to the night manager, working alone that night.
Uphill, both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Through snow.
Yeah. In the middle of July.
In the middle of July.
Yeah. Scorching heat. 3 feet of snow. Yeah. So
Okay, Dad.
Okay, you're special, aren't you, Father? So I go into my work and I'm like, hey, but you know what? Buddy's name was Adam. All right, doesn't matter. That's a very common name. All right, no one's gonna care. I don't think he even works there anymore. So I'm like, Adam, do you mind if I talk with you for a minute? And he was like, why? What's up? Is it like work related? I was like, no, I just need to confirm I'm not crazy. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, do you mind stepping outside so I can, you know, show you something? He's like, you're not gonna kill me, are you? And I'm like, of course I'm not gonna kill you. You're my favorite manager. You're always stoned. Like, did you see that? She came flying and then spun backwards. There's a, you can't see them right now. No, you can't see them. But whatever. Anubis and, well, that was spooky as fuck. You can see his eyeballs back there. Dexter. You had the shine in his eyes? Yeah. I don't know if that came up on camera because I wasn't looking. So, they zoom in.
Where'd the spooky filter go?
Yeah.
No more
with
spooky.
the things?
Yeah.
I turned that off because it looked kind of bad with this this lighting.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't see
yeah,
it's
swapped
difficult
over this
because I'm kind of on an angle. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
I don't know what the screen actually looks like.
So whatever. I tell Adam, I'm like, do you mind stepping outside? He's like, I technically can't go out front, but I'm allowed to take a smoke break whenever I want, so I'll go out the back door. I was like, all right, cool. I'll walk around, right? So I leave the store and I go up and around the building. It's not a big building, right? And so, oh, we hear Ketter getting a drink. He's like, cool, this is good. So he steps out, and I'm like, do you see that, right? And he's sitting there smoking. He's like, yeah, I'm not that high, am I? And I was just like, okay, I'm not fucking crazy. I was like, that thing's been not following me, but just ahead of me the whole walk here. He's like, well, that's really sketchy, right? And I'm like, yeah, but thank you for confirming I'm not fucking crazy, right? And he's like, nope, I don't know what that is, man. Right? I was like, that's been all the way back there, and now it's all the way up here. At first, I was like some kind of carnival or fair or something going on, and it was lights from that, but it's moving with me, you know? So it's clearly not staying in one spot, right? And he's like, yeah, that's kind of messed up. I'm going inside before I get abducted. And I'm like, okay.
Fair point.
So he finished off the smoke, and I talked to him for a minute, and then, you know, he finished the smoke, and I was like, all right, see ya. I started walking, and then I ended up turning, like, making a left, and it kept kind of going the way it was originally going. Yep. So I'm like, all right, I'm not getting abducted tonight. But I'm like, man, if these guys abduct me, I think I even said out loud, I was like, if you guys abduct me, can I at least get an Iron Man suit? Like, I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
Can you make me powerful like Captain Marvel?
Oh god, no.
I mean, no.
I don't want to be like Captain Marvel.
I don't want to be like Captain Marvel.
Her power literally comes from taking power from other things.
Hey, Trash, I gotta drop off for the night, but it was good talking to you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you just sitting here getting your spooky boner going.
Oh, well, I mean, that's what I live for, so.
Alright, well, I'll see you around, buddy. And
yeah,
I'll probably bug you tomorrow night. Actually, no, tomorrow night will be Breath of the Wild, so you're able to jump a call if you want, but it won't be spooky stuff, probably.
Fair enough. I'm probably gonna
Unless
be
I'm
busy
super
tomorrow
bad.
night, though.
No, that works out perfectly then. We'll do spooky stuff another day.
Sounds good.
All right,
Have a
love
good
you, homie.
night,
Take
man.
it easy. Have a good night. Now, who's messaging me over here?
Alright, I'm gonna go sleep. He gonna go sleep. Adios.
Oh man, Metallic's leaving too.
Yep.
Oh man, everybody leaving.
Good night.
Oh my goodness, even
God.
Arctic, everyone hates us. They don't even care anymore.
It's because I'm here, isn't it?
No, it's not that. They can see my actual face. They're like, disgusting. Look at that man. He needs to shave. Yeah, have a good night, everybody.
Disgusting.
Yuki, hello. Look, we got a Yuki now. We're good.
Hello, Yuki. What's good?
Oh, story time? Of course, Metallic. If you got stories, next time we do spooky stream, you
Yes.
gotta drop a story.
Yes.
You gotta let us know.
Yep.
Whether you have to type it up in Notepad or something first, you know. But
Hop in the Discord chat.
yeah. Oh yeah, or just hop in Discord and join us for that.
Yeah.
Alright, bro. Take it easy, Metallic. Love you, homie. What you up to, Yuki? How's your day going? I know you wanted to hang out and chill earlier. And I went and took a nap instead, and then I napped for too damn long, and I was like, I definitely need some of these. So.
Dab emote.
Probably is. I have one. No, it's hard.
Okay.
It's just too small on the screen that's too far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was just an emote. Some thing just being like.
Gotta work early tomorrow. Alright, Arctic. Well, you have a great night, dude. Love you home, and I appreciate you stopping on by. And you gotta leave stories for us next time, too.
Yep.
You live in the fucking, like... You're like some trailer trash looking motherfucker. No, I'm kidding. You're another country kid. You've probably got some kind of story.
All
So,
country kids have stories.
yeah. So,
Cuddling a slime. It's like
that sounds like a fun time.
I see, but it depends. Like, if it's is it a Minecraft slime that you're cuddling? Because those aren't too cuddly.
I don't know. Minecraft slime look kind of cute.
Well, they look cute, but they hurt.
Only the big ones.
Yeah.
So you just gotta punch it a few times.
I don't want to
Love me when you're
I
smaller.
don't want to cuddle you. Breaks apart into tiny ones. Okay, now we can cuddle.
The slime girl. Ooh, okay, there we go. That's what I'd cuddle that.
All right.
Yeah, alright. Yuki, do you got any spooky, scary stories? Anything like supernatural, paranormal, aliens, Bigfoot, ghosts, you know, skinwalkers, you know?
Bare feet. You know how creepy it is walking with bare feet sometimes? Where like it sticks to stuff and then you peel your foot off and it feels like there's something still attached to your foot.
I have human feet. I saw him sit there like, what are you talking about? Oh, you're stupid. Like, he's like, trash, you dumb. I felt it.
That's good. That was good though. I appreciate it.
I had to wait long enough for it to be like kind of stupid. But what the fuck are they
I
doing?
don't know.
What would make that noise over there?
What is going on here?
What are you doing in my school?
Breakfast.
Breakfast. Oh boy. Oh man. Man, Aki's sitting here playing Rocket League, and he could be chilling with us. Ah, this man.
Like a Russian lady talking to me while I was trying to sleep. I don't know Russian. It's okay. I don't know Russian either. The only Russian I know is rushing to the bathroom after I've had too much dairy. All right, that's all for tonight, folks. Thank you.
All right, zoom him out, blur him away. Oh man. This motherfucker. Saturation. Alright, let's go back to this one. 'Cause
I have
it's
shades of gray, but I don't have 50 of them. Corona.
what the fuck? Well, Yuki, do you got like, is that like a supernatural kind of spooky, or is it like something else? Like, do we got like one of these kind of ha 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 kind of stories? Stories, I have a
You
few,
wanna
but
know
in
how I got
VR.
these scar. Oh,
No, I took them away.
Just kidding, I don't have any scars.
I can be a doctor.
What? Why is your body so long?
Because I'm supposed to be in the middle. But I'm off to the side.
That's kind of disturbing.
A little bit, yeah. I'm in VR at the moment, Cullen. Okay, I
Oh.
got you. So what you're saying is you don't want to take away from your random slime girl cuddling to tell us spooky, scary stories.
We see how it is.
I get you. I
Yeah.
understand.
We're not that important.
I'm not good enough for Yuki.
That's fine.
Alright. And here I thought we had a special bond. That one actually makes you look hella dope.
Me?
Yeah. Like
I
a shading
always
on it.
look hella dope.
Alright, well, you keep saying that. He's like, come on, man. Just let me have this.
I just want to feel better about myself.
Well, that one doesn't look too bad. We just look hella dark in it. That's the main thing.
See, but well, like when I'm over here, I look black. Like not black, but it's just there's no color to my side of the screen.
Hmm.
So I don't
Alright,
know
well.
what it looks like.
I can fix that.
No, it's not the light. Because the light's hitting me, because you can see what I look like. And I can kind of see what I look like on... Something's happening. Is that better?
I
Is there
think it
more
should be.
illumination?
Illumination. Illumination. Breaking stuff.
Like,
It's not
do I have
covering
to-
the light, so we're good.
Do I have to catch something?
If it falls, it falls. Whatever. I mean, it's not really pointing at us anymore. I fucked everything up.
Hold on. I can get my phone and use the flashlight to figure that out.
No, I know how I have it set up. I just have it in the wrong spot.
Okay.
It's just not. It's not meant to be set up the way it is. That's all.
Also, I really like your Sailor Moon shirt.
Thanks, my mom bought it for me. Alright, well that's just back to where it was, so whatever.
The effort was there.
Yeah. I feel like the camera got turned. Did the camera get turned?
Did it? Maybe when the light hit it.
Yeah, that's probably... Or... good enough, right? Whatever. I was woke up to, I swear, something trying to murder me. Night terror. Ooh, that's never fun. Never a good time.
Night terrors or sleep paralysis.
That's not fun.
Not fun.
Nope,
Don't
no
like it.
sorry. Not for me,
I'm gonna
doctor.
avoid that. That's why I sleep on my side.
Smart thing to do.
Yep. If you've ever experienced sleep paralysis and you don't want to experience it again, experts, and by experts like sleep experts, doctors, scientists, recommend sleeping on your side, because when you're in REM sleep, your brain wakes up, but your body doesn't, and it takes a while to get your body awake, and that's why sometimes when you wake up, your mind is awake, and then the fight or flight response kicks in, but you can't move because your body's still asleep. So if you sleep on your side, the chances of your body waking up, or your mind waking up before your body is fully awake, is significantly smaller.
Ooh, what's this? Geki! Brother! It's been so long. How are you, my dude? Thank you for the tier 1 sub. That's 8 months, my goodness
8
gracious.
months.
This motherfucker about to step out his egg.
Wow.
Next month? Yeah, man.
Congrats to both of you.
On baguette. Alright. Geki, do you got any scary stories? Other than, being chased down with a chancla?
What?
A chancla. You don't know Spanish.
No.
Okay, so Geki is who I call, this is my Mexican, I just jokingly make fun of him, right? And a chancla is pretty much an ass whooper for a mom.
Okay.
It's just it's a flip-flop, a sandal.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, it's called chancla. They beat the shit out of you, man.
See, that was
Don't
my mom with a
misbehave.
wooden spoon.
Yeah. Still feel like shit, but hanging in there. Well, hopefully you feel better, homie. I do appreciate you stopping on
We'll
by.
give
Do
you
you have any
smiles
spooky
and
stories?
thumbs up also.
My nose again. Thank you for talking so much. So the full story: I was little, was having a nightmare,
Okay.
and I made sure to keep my closet light on.
You have
In
a
the
light
nightmare,
in your closet?
some people do.
It's awesome.
In the nightmare, I was trying to scream for my life, was scared as hell. I then woke up to trying to scream for my mom. I was crying and trying to scream for no sound to come out. My reaction wasn't to try to move. Weird. That doesn't sound fun at all.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, the lighting on this is heckin' whack, my dude.
Don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Like, you know, we're just gonna deal with it being like this. This is fine. Like, I mean, it's yeah. We just look dark AF. It's fine. You have no stories. Yeah, you don't have anything. No run-ins with like, no ghosts. You know, no Bigfoot of any kind. No chupacabra fuckers. No goat
I was
man.
gonna say chupacabra.
Yeah, that's racist. That's why I said other shit too. No. You're like, homie, what?
I've been to Mexico. I've heard stories.
Yeah. Oh, but really, I kind of like, you know, it's weird. Like, I feel like a lot of people have supernatural stories, but they just don't want to talk about them.
Yep.
But I always,
Which I get.
but then you
understand.
forget that some people just don't have them.
Yeah.
Right? And I just always assume everyone does, because like literally everyone around here is like, oh, I got a story to tell. Sit down, kids. I still, I meant to actually today, but I just didn't. I wanted to message my uncle and see if he was in town. Because as I mentioned before, he's a long haul trucker, so I want to see if he's seen anything while out on the road. Because he travels all of Canada, all the states. You know. Oh god. I mean, I had a week of random voices trying to keep me awake that I have almost 100% sure that are not part of my multiple personalities. Huh. Well, that's never fun. Auditory hallucinations or something I can deal with. I've gotten used to that one. And I just turn, I'm like, nope, not there. Okay, not for reals. But no, I can relate to that one. Don't let them keep you up. Sleep when you need to sleep. Tell them to fuck off and go to bed.
Just did hear some weird noises once you went to the store.
Oh.
Yeah. That would do it.
Yeah, I mean, that counts as a spooky scary, I guess. Yeah.
Spooky. Spooky scary? Scary spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Story spooky scary.
Yeah, why do we say spooky scary?
I don't know.
Because scary technically should come first. And based off of how English works, it should be scary spooky, and that should sound better, but it doesn't.
It's true.
Yeah. Like, there's, I guess, weird situations like that where it's the other way around.
Ooh, there's this English sentence where you can say the word "and" 5 times in a row and have it be grammatically correct.
I've seen something like that, like not necessarily always with "and," but like there's a single tiny little bug. You see him on the light? Nope, no, he just went behind the monitor. Oh,
Oh, there
yeah,
he
yeah,
is.
little dude.
Hey, buddy.
He's like the smallest little, like, he's smaller than a fruit fly by the looks of it.
Second.
Wait, a spooky scary sounds better? Yeah, which is weird because in English it shouldn't. I've been seeing random things in the dark and even just out of the corner that I look over and not there. Still make me jump. I've been very, very jumpy lately. Oh, well, don't get too jumpy. Maybe you just spend too much time in VR. Maybe it's just like residual VR in your brain. Ooh. He's sitting here like, what's behind me? Oh no. It's too dark in the middle.
Oh no, it's the.
Oh yeah,
the
I've
little
been looking at
tip.
that every time.
Okay, because I was like, every once in a while I'll move and I see it in my screen, like from my angle.
Yeah, and the monitor probably looks weird from your angle.
Yeah.
So it's got really shitty spotting on it. The fox lady going senile. Oh no, don't go senile, girl.
Well, better senile than rabid. Rabid foxes aren't good.
That's a fair point.
Rabies.
Oh boy.
Change the R to a B, and then you have babies.
Oh no. Stop.
I'm gonna get a snack.
Okay. My man's here be crazy.
Well, I never said I was sane.
That's a fair point.
At no point during this is like, you have a sane roommate who's going to join you.
Does have a point. Oh yeah, definitely. All right, now I'm a little bit more illuminated. You have what? Oh my god. Bacon was Gucci. Trash a crazy man, a little bit. Alright, love you trash, but I have had too much anxiety. What? So one day I'm gonna have a giant luckily. Oh, okay. Thank you for not adding to the conversation. Oh man. Man, I'm trying to think of like any other like weird shit that's happened in my life. Cause like I know there's a lot. I'm just like, you don't think about it until like it just randomly comes up in conversation, you know? I've been having some dreams where I've been in a bird's eye looking at myself. Really? That's copyright music. My nose is getting real itchy, my dudes. Yo, that actually looks fucking sketchy as all hell, but kind of cool. Look at that. Hey. He's hiding behind the fridge, man. He's hiding behind the fridge. So, Geki, what you mean by like a bird's eye view? Like out of body experience kind of feeling, or like just randomly throughout the day? That's kind of whack. Man, who would have thunk that like a kitchen in the background actually looks like a decent background? Out of body. Is it like when you're sleeping or awake though? Because that'd be kind of like disorienting to have both when you're like awake and walking around. But I assume it's probably when you're asleep, right? That seems like when I'm sleeping. Gotcha. Bacon, what do you mean? Like we're not. I don't mean to be a dick, but this isn't a spot to just vent your anxiety or like random problems and shit. Like we're currently talking about spooky, scary stuff right now, dude. And like, you send me like DMs on Discord, of which, you know, like my DMs are open for helping people with like content and shit. But you always like message me about like, oh, I'm having issues with this, or like my life is like this, and I'm like, dude, no offense, this isn't my problem. Like, why do you come into chat and do that kind of thing? I do enjoy that you stop on by for like the stories and whatnot, even if it, you know, makes you feel a little anxious. But I don't want you to try and like take over the conversation in a way. And like I do appreciate that you stop on by, but that's, you know, we're here for different things, not to talk about life's problems. We're here to get away from life's problems, and it's pretty often that you bring them up. This is for entertainment, not for, you know, venting. There are streamers for that, but I am not a therapist, nor do I want to be. So, can I vent my spooky nightmares when we remember them? I mean, that's different, alright? If we're doing like a spooky scary stream, then yeah, that's cool, right? But if we're doing a stream where it's like centered around like helping someone with their content creation, or like making videos or something like that, or how to fix something on Twitch, their camera's messed up, then yeah, I'm down for that kind of, we'll talk about that on that stream. But like, ooh, that sounds good. What the hell? That's Ron's cooking. I got pizza in front of me. But yeah, if you want to talk about spooky scary stories when we're doing a spooky scary stream, then yeah. If you have any of those nightmares, I mean, like, write it down, and then we can, you know, then you got it right after the nightmare. I think that's something I want to do at some point, is like start writing down when I have like because I don't often have nightmares. I don't often dream, right? But when I do, it's usually pretty vivid, right? So I want to like start having that kind of shit like available for the streams whenever I have like a scary like nightmare or something like that. But I want to have like, I'm trying to remember all like the weird shit that's happened in my life, because I know I've talked about a lot of these stories already plenty of times. So I don't want to repeat myself, and now that Ketter's not here, I can't really retell the haunting type story thing, because, well, it's not necessary, right? Because that would be something I should tell him off stream, because I've talked about it like 3 or 4 different streams now, and I don't have any updates to it other than the past couple streams where I have had updates, you know. So yeah, I'm trying to think about like maybe something that's happened in like my old apartments or whatever. I know there was this one time I took over a different dining room in one of my old places. That's just what I do. I take over a dining room and I make it into my like studio area. It was back when I was doing YouTube all the time. What? Huh? What? You moved in, it was already like this. I know. Okay. You're like complete darkness. Like you could just occasionally see minor movement. So I was sitting there and I had these headphones on, and I was playing, I think it was like PUBG with some buddies, and had music blaring, and like it was just really loud. And then I heard in my head, because again, I mentioned this, I just hear random words in my brain, and I'm like, all right, gotta go and investigate that. And I heard the word balcony in my head, and I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, guys, I'll be right back. So I went and I checked my balcony, and for some reason, both doors to my balcony were open, and my cats were out on the balcony. And I was like, what the fuck? Right? So I got my cats inside because, well, I'm 3 stories up, and, you know, I don't trust my cats not to walk off because they're stupid, right? So that's creepy as fuck, dude. Stop. Golem looking ass motherfucker. Oh man, that was so creepy in the background. But like I don't know what that is, if it's like a almost like a sense or if it's like some supernatural thing that's helped me out. But it was like a voice told me balcony. I went and my cats were out on the balcony. I was like, get the fuck inside. So that was something that happened. Oh my god, it's E.T. You got called E.T.
Oh no.
I don't know if that got picked up by the mic, but he said E.T. phone home. Oh man. But no, I get like shit like that a lot, where it's just like some weird, like my brain decides like, here's a word, investigate what this word would give, right? And I told my buddies about it, they're like, that's fucking weird, but glad your cats are safe. And I was like, yep. Gotta get people on here. TH Junior, Tom, when did you arrive? When did you arrive?
An amount of time?
Well, now Tom, you're being told that you have to give spooky, scary stories. Do you have spooky, scary stories? Break in the dumpster, bro!
That was me. I did it.
Thanks for the sub, homie. That's 5 months.
You're welcome.
Oh boy.
But as for spooky stories, I dropped a curio cabinet on my leg on Monday.
That's shitty. That's not spooky scary. That's just...
It was scary when it fell on my leg.
It's a boy. It's a Daxter. Ah, Gecky! Tossing a waifu in the trash. Thank you for throwing your people in the trash, man. I appreciate it.
I mean, see, I have the opposite of spooky stories because I grew up near one of the most haunted roads in America, but it wasn't haunted. It was just a bunch of drunk teenagers.
Well, do you believe in like supernatural or like anything like that, like paranormal stuff, like anything like Bigfoot, aliens, ghosts?
I mean, I'm a bit of a skeptic, but like when it comes to aliens, statistically, there should be aliens. Have they hung out here and kidnapped people? Probably not. But they're somewhere.
Oh yeah.
But I could tell you about my dad's friend Buzzy, who pissed off the editor of a supernatural magazine.
I don't know if is that fully related or no, because like we're telling like stories of like things that have happened to us or people that we know. Well, and not like false stories.
This is related to ghost stories, but it's not actually a ghost story. It's just kind of amusing.
I mean, I guess you could tell it. I'm more so looking for like things that we've experienced and shit though too. You know what I mean? That way it's like, that way other people can connect with it too, right? Because like we've told like our scary shit and things that have happened to us and affected us for like the rest of our life kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So, you know, like if yeah, it's good to be a skeptic, honestly, because then you have that other point of view. Because like I don't believe every single story I'm told, right? Mm-hmm. Like I kind of base it off of what I've experienced and the things that I believe, and then I also still look at things objectively. I don't think that every single story I've heard is real, because that'd be really foolish, right? I don't believe every Bigfoot sighting is real. I don't believe every alien story is real. Every ghost story is real. But like, if the person genuinely seems like they believe what happened, then yeah, I'll probably trust them.
I remember when I was a little kid, I was terrified of the goat man of the camp I used to go to. Supposedly just a man that was half goat with an axe, just wandering around.
That doesn't sound like Goat Man at all, but...
It's a different goat man, most likely. Yeah. This was the pretty camp-specific thing, as far as I recall.
Okay, I was gonna say, because like Goat Man is like Native American folklore kind of thing, where it's a dude. It's not actually a goat. He's got like a mixture of like a dog and a horse head without ears, usually. Almost like satyr legs, but they're more muscular, and like flesh is normally torn off, and like they're able to shapeshift into people. Like they can mimic people, but their voice has no proper cadence to it, so it almost sounds like when you teach a cat to talk, you know. So like the cat's like kind of sounding when they talk.
Yeah, this legend was literally just a guy that had a goat head and axed people. Not creative children. But the legend carried on.
Yeah. Well, do you have any experiences with things?
Not of the supernatural variety. I have other experiences of getting lost in the woods and being set on fire. That sucked. Don't recommend that.
Yeah, I've been set on fire twice in one day by my dad, so...
Nah, it's a bad time.
It's not fun. No, you usually end up losing a shirt out of it. Usually.
See, I was in the Boy Scouts, so like we were always wandering through the woods, so everyone would always be like, there's creepy things in the woods, and I was like, I was hanging out there. There was nothing in the woods.
I mean, it's always good to have that objective look, though, too, right? Because then you're the level-headed one. In case something is happening, you don't believe it's real, but you're able to think it through. Like, well, something is happening, but I don't believe it's supernatural. Let's handle this rationally, right?
Like whenever people would camp near where I used to live, people would always be terrified of bears, but I'm like, they're pretty chill. Just leave them alone. They'll walk away.
Not normally. Depends on the bear.
Well,
I've made to punch a bear in the face before.
Because I lived in northeastern U.S., so most of the bears there are pretty just chill. They hang out.
Well, I'm in southeastern Canada, so we're pretty much the same general area then, right? Yeah. Or is northeastern to your like
northeast U.S. and southeast Canada are right about the same area? Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm pretty much New York area, but a little bit fire.
Yeah, the only time a bear ever caused me a problem, we were just like, hey, and then it was like, oh crap, and then it left. It's like, I didn't realize you were still here. I was going to steal your stuff. But nah, can't say I've ever had to punch a bear.
Yeah, I told this story last stream, and I literally was just walking through the woods with a buddy of mine. He's a big dude. Or no, sorry, that was the second story, but that was just smelling a bear and didn't actually end up seeing a bear. Pretty much stumbled across mama bear and bear cubs. She kind of came at us bluff charged, startled my buddy who was a little bit bigger than me, and when she reared up in front of me, I was like, adrenaline, punched it in the fucking face, and it kind of like double take for a second, kind of went back down, just kind of backed up, like, what the fuck just happened? Like, did I just get punched in the face by this kid? And then just kind of was like, not worth it, and just turned around and walked away, because I was like, I didn't want to fight you, you just came at me, so I punched you in the mouth, right? I think it was because I hit it right in the nose, so it probably was like, I'm not alright with that, no.
Did I mean, I don't know. It works on sharks. Why not bears?
Actually, with a shark, you should normally punch it in the eye, not the nose, because punching a shark in the nose does nothing.
As I understand it, most sharks have very sensitive sensory organs in their nose, do they not?
They do, but that is like one of those like widespread lies that everyone thinks is true, sort of like peeing on a jellyfish sting. You know, that actually makes it worse, by the way. Never pee on a jellyfish sting. You intensify the burning. Just because then it technically like lubricates the little like stinger things that are left in, and then they're harder to get out because they go deeper. So never pee on a jellyfish sting. But yeah, punching a shark in the nose, no, misinformation. You should always try and hit it in the eye. And the eye is closer than the nose usually, even when you're being bit. Because they won't bite you dead straight on, so that you'll have like your, like in the movies where your legs are inside of it and like you're on the outside like, not normally. And even then, if you were, you can probably reach the eyes. Yeah, the best way to get away from like a shark is punch it in the eye. Obviously, a hammerhead's a little bit different, but they probably won't attack you.
I can always aim for the gills.
Or you hope there's dolphins nearby, you know? Oh boy, I should probably tell the story someday. Well, I've probably told it before, but about the what's it called? the grizzly bears that my god cousin and his friends all beat up. They beat up some bears, like grizzly bears, not black bears. I got lucky with a black bear. Hey, you having troubles with that food over there?
No, watching TikToks.
Oh, okay. It's just now being part of the conversation.
I'm getting distracted by TikToks.
Get you freaking scrub. Yeah, punching a bear in the nose.
You're shouting about TikToks.
Yeah,
Twitter.
it's my roommate. He's in the background. That's why I'm off to the side in my stream.
Uh,
Oh, Hunter's here too. Hunter, what's good with
Yeah.
you, brother?
What's up, man? I am not okay.
You're not
I
okay.
am
We're
so
talking about
tired.
spooky, scary. We're talking about ghost stories, paranormal shit, cryptids, aliens.
Oh my gosh, there's more.
Yeah.
Sort of related. Like, I found that picture like the day we were talking about all that shit under shit post.
Yeah, you're allowed to vape on.
Okay,
stream. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Alright.
Yeah, you're able to do pretty much anything on stream except for like drink for bits and like,
Also,
donations and shit.
also, no showing feet.
You can show feet.
Oh,
Yeah, that's never been a rule actually.
So if I just put my feet up on the desk. Hello?
Who the fuck just blares a horn at 1:30 in the morning?
Yeah, I heard that.
What the fuck?
I love how it's spelled, because I spelled it correctly there, but before it spelled fuck F-U-K.
Yeah, it does that.
Like,
It's like fuck.
what
Fuck.
the fuck?
What the fuck? Fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck. It don't wanna. I don't wanna.
Tell you what, dude, I've been sitting here for like an hour just fucking shoveling saltwater taffy in my fucking
Oh,
face hole.
yes.
What is wrong with you?
Yes. Okay, what flavor? What's your favorite? What's your
This
favorite?
isn't what the
saltwater-
stream's
I
about,
don't care.
boy.
What's your favorite saltwater taffy flavor?
Oh fuck. Okay, yeah, you're right. But I think my favorite, I think it's raspberry.
Like the red ones with the white in the middle?
No, the blue ones.
Oh, the blue raspberry. Oh, yes.
Yeah, blue raspberry. Those
Okay.
slap. I love
So, Hunter, this is my roommate
Yes.
that you're talking to,
Yeah.
and he is
them.
the
He was here last time.
dumpster chinchilla.
Yeah.
Yep. He is from Canada's Texas.
Hell yeah.
Hunter is from Texas.
Howdy.
So
You can't say howdy.
he can though. That's what they say there.
Fuck.
I told you,
Actually,
the
no,
farther
we say,
north you
hey,
go.
what's up there, bud?
Oh fuck yeah, bud. Like the farther north you go, the more south it gets. It's just instead
Dude.
of
That's
having
not
like
true.
a
The
nice,
well,
instead of like a nice southern twang where you got her like this, you just got this up here, bud. It's just more high and
no,
up and
we're
downy,
just-
up and
we're
downy.
just we're kind of.
I have found myself unironically saying thank you kindly and I beg your pardon. Like
Hey man,
a lot.
that's charm though. That's charm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Canada instead, well, Alberta at least, instead of "oh, I beg your pardon," it's like "oh, I fucking missed you there, eh, bud?"
Pretty much. That's why I try and sound like an American as much as I can, because then people are like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Oh god."
Not what's wrong with me. It's what I try not to show, because people laugh at me whenever I speak normally.
Yep. Because I have a Northern Ontarian accent. He obviously would have an Albertan accent, so we try and sound like we're from New York.
I hate to kind of run here, but I do have work in the morning, so I cannot stay.
Oh, so
That's
this man
okay.
hops in,
Hey, at least he said hi.
says he's a skeptic,
Yeah.
disregards what I say, tries to
Yeah.
go the other way, and then he's like, "Fuck you, I'm out."
Yeah.
You know what?
He's like, "I can't promote my OnlyFans here. I'm out."
No. He's putting in the effort to be a part of this.
I'm only here to promote my OnlyFans.
Yo,
Oh shit, you want to show
Send
me
me
a
a
link?
send me the link.
Oh no.
If it's anything less than $50 a month, I'm not gonna pay
Geki,
for
fuck
it.
this shit. I'm out, Geki. You're lying. You know you want
See-
Tom's feet pics.
You see, that's what the truly spooky story is my OnlyFans.
Oh no.
I am not pleasant to look at.
Dude, what if I just like opened up an OnlyFans and I just did like horror porn? Horror porn? No, horror porn.
Grow only.
Like it's just like Mac bar looking shit. Macabre.
Just a
I always call it
picture of you in
Mac
a Michael Myers outfit.
I don't mean it like that. I mean like it looks like it's like, oh no, it breaks TOS, but it doesn't. You know. Oh man.
Somebody's into that.
What the fuck y'all doing? Stupid ass cats. Quit knocking shit down.
Freaking
You
out.
mentioned like doing horror stuff, and I was about to say something, but I am unsure of all of the TOS stuff for Twitch, so I feel like I shouldn't say it.
Yeah, probably not then.
All
If you
right, you're
feel like
not
you
allowed
should,
to mention people's left hands on a Tuesday.
good thing it's Wednesday
But
now.
you just
You're
did.
good, buddy.
It's not Tuesday. We're good.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm safe.
She's got a point.
All right,
He
well,
really
Tom, thank
does
you for
got a
stopping
point.
on by, buddy. Definitely got to get you on for one of our spooky scaries because I got to get
I know.
stories out of you. You got something. Everybody got something. I swear. Probably not.
Yeah,
But, you know.
I got the problem of I have.
I know the scariest thing of all. I met a crackhead in the middle of an alleyway when I went to Chicago.
That would be pretty terrifying, but that's not spooky scary. That's just scary.
Nah, but the problem is you stream late at night and I have to get up early in the morning on weeknights.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know
Technically,
what
I'm
I'll
up
be
way
doing
too late.
for Thursday, Friday. I'll hopefully be doing some of my subathon goals. Because, you know, I took pretty much like 2 months off with like occasional streams here and there because, yay, mental health being shit, my computer getting fucked, my studio getting moved, and then I'm like, fuck me. So, yeah.
Womp.
Exactly. But, alright, we'll love you, homie, and you have a good night. And thank you,
You
for stopping
as
on
well.
by.
Good to hear from you again. It's been a little bit.
I'm trying to get my life back on track, homie. I'm trying.
My life was too far gone.
I'm not allowed to do anything to Canada right now, but I'll, send you good vibes.
Oh, okay.
Nothing in my area is allowed to go to Canada. It's not permitted.
Oh, shit, you in like a quarantine zone?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Everybody here is like, we're gonna disobey all the laws, and I'm like,
Do you live in
"Stop."
California?
No.
Though that does make a lot of sense. Yeah, you have a good night, dude. I'll see you later. Alright, Hunter, do you have any like spooky story shit, like paranormal or like aliens, ghosts, Bigfoot, cryptid type shit?
Uh,
Do you believe in any of that?
no.
You don't believe in that?
I mean, I sort of believe in big ass sea creatures under the ocean because shit gets big down there.
That definitely lines up with this too. Like we only know like what is it, like not even like 20% of our fucking oceans?
We know less than 5%.
That's what it was, yeah. Which is still not even 20%, so I'm not wrong, I'm just not right. So well, what kind of stuff do you think's down there?
Fucking no. Big ass squid, but that's already been proven.
Yeah, we already know that
The
chances
giant
are,
and colossal squid.
yeah, like we already know there's a colossal squid. That means the Kraken's probably real to some degree. Just a bigger version of that fucker.
I don't know. I've always been extremely skeptical because I've sort of just always had like a science mindset because that's just sort of what I've always been like.
My music isn't playing. Okay. I must have not turned it back on after one of the ads that pops up. Well, see, that's the thing though. Like, I believe in science too. But what is magic but science that we don't understand yet? Think about it. Alchemy is basic chemistry. Right? But it was
Alchemy
considered
is
magic.
chemistry.
Yeah, but it used to be magic. Right?
But yeah, and then we were like, oh hey, we figured out how it works, and then
So what's to say that these supernatural things aren't just a form of science we don't understand yet? Because
don't know.
there's well, I'm not putting down what you're saying at all, by the way.
nah, even if you were, I honestly wouldn't care.
Oh, I know you're chill as fuck. That's why we're friends. But there's a study
It's
right now
2020,
looking into
we can have different
infrasound.
opinions.
Oh yeah, of course. So they're looking into infrasound right now, but our understanding of infrasound is like incredibly low. And apparently, there's a study that came out that large cats use infrasound to stare down enemies to put them in almost like a trance-like state, and that's why like some big cats are able to take out prey much larger than themselves that would show them that, or that would give them big issues. So it's why
I'm pretty sure that also has something to do with them biting them in the neck.
Well, no,
But
it's like if they don't
that
see
could
them,
be
if
me.
the animal doesn't see them, but it's just kind of like spooked kind of thing, like what's happening, right? It's why there's studies
feeling
into
of
it,
being
and it's
watched.
still in its infancy. We don't fully understand it right now, but the feeling that something is like there's a presence, that it's possible maybe that's a form of infrasound, right? So what if these supernatural things use infrasound, and that's why we're able to tell that there's something watching us from a different direction, and that's where our sixth sense comes in, of like there's something looking at you. Now, I'm not saying that's exactly
But-
what it is.
Yeah, but that could also just be you being paranoid. And
you can't tell me that
the
there wasn't some
99
time that you felt like someone was looking at you, and then you were like, or that someone was giving you like staring daggers into your back or some shit, and you were like, sure enough, there's the teacher that hates me, you know, like.
Yeah, but that's confirmation bias. You'll ignore the 99% of the time it doesn't happen. But then the one time it happens, it's like, oh, I felt it. It was there.
See, yes and no. Because I've been right more often than I've been wrong about it. Because I think I've only been wrong a handful of times, and it's possible I just didn't see what was staring at. But generally, I've been able to tell if someone is like staring at me with a form of intent, right? Like it's almost like when you're sitting there and you're in front of like a heat lamp, right? And you feel that heat's coming at you in this little small direction. If you put your arm only in front of it, you'll feel it hitting you, but you remove the heat. It's just something is touching you, right? It's almost that kind of feeling. And like there's enough people that have been like, my hair is standing up on end, and then they're like, something's there, right? Or like the feeling of being stalked. So, and since we don't fully understand infrasound yet, like again, the studies are in the infancy, and there's already been proof that some like large cats, such as like lions, use infrasound. So they're trying to see if all big cats use it, and maybe that's why small cats use it too, or some shit.
Yeah,
They don't know.
I'll have to look into that later because that's the first I've heard of it. I don't want to argue something I know nothing about.
Yeah, I only learned of it today, right? But from all the studies that I've seen, it's all in its infancy right now. I was like, oh, that's kind of neat, because like,
so
I didn't even know what the fuck infrasound
at
was.
this time, it could just be a coincidence.
Yeah, but apparently lions have infrasound, and that's why they're able to take out much larger prey. Because like they think it's gonna give it issues, so like, I'm gonna fuck it up.
Like
right?
hippos.
So in concept, what if like these supernatural things are running on a form of infrasound, right? And that's why we're able to tell if something's staring at us, or we get that feeling if there's something that direction.
Like
right?
hippos. Hippos.
I don't think I don't think a lion will ever try and take on a hippo. Any lion that tries to take on a hippo be stupid as fuck. Hippos kill more people than lions. Like,
do they even like live in the same like
Africa?
Area? Do hippos live in Africa?
Yep.
Where else would they be?
I have no idea.
Well, they're in more places than just Africa.
Like I said, I was a fucking
Africa's pretty big.
Like science kid. I was really interested in like, oh, you can put two chemicals and do this, and then I learned rocket science.
I wish it was that easy.
I mean, essentially, that's all rocket science is. It's advanced mathematics with chemistry.
There's a lot more to it.
Not really. It's advanced mathematics with chemistry. That is literally. Well, I guess there's aerodynamics as well, but like that's for like the actual structure, not like being able to make a rocket. Not like, I'm not talking about the shell, but the actual propulsion system.
Yeah, I was the boy in charge of fucking flight paths and how it's gonna look and the aerodynamics and all that.
Okay.
At least in high school.
Yeah. Well,
so I got pretty good at the math part.
That's fair. I used to be really good at math, and then I just was like, I don't need my brain no more. And then I just kind of stopped.
I'm still pretty decent, but I do all this shit in my head, which caused me to fail my math class like 4 times.
I have a math award somewhere around here from like grade 9 where I had like a 99 in the class. I think it's in like in one of like my
I always
like,
got really low scores
collection of
I
like
never showed my
memory
work,
chests or
and
some shit.
everybody thought I was cheating.
Good thing I muted that. That's a stupid ass fucking sounding song.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm God with not gross. This is a fucking stupid ad.
Ew.
Nerd. Oh, come on, Geeky, why you gotta be like that?
It went up my face.
Don't call me a nerd. I'll fight you right now. Where do you
Go
live?
ahead, try and fight the Mexican. Try it. Let's see what happens. Texan versus
He lives
Mexican.
in Mexico? He lives in Mexico?
Pretty sure he lives in the States.
Oh. Wherever you live,
I just call him my Mexican. He knows Spanish. That's good enough, right? Oh boy.
Yeah, I know a little Spanish, but not much.
Show your feet. There's another chinchilla here, man.
Hello.
The muddy chinchilla wants us to show our feet. I only do that for Nux. I only do
Oh,
that for
shit.
Nux. If he ever shows up
Oh.
and they tell me to show feet, I'll show feet. If you want to show feet,
Shit.
man, just look up my username with COS at the end of it. Then you'll probably find a lot more than just my feet. I used to be a chatterbait model, so you'll probably find some shit. Yeah, he's just backing the fuck up.
Geki, you live in Texas? Oh, fuck.
Time to brawl. Oh no. Time to broil, not brawl. There we go. Now it says brawl. Welcome to the stream, Muddy. We be chilling. We be talking about spooky, scary stories, supernatural shit. We talk about like ghosts, aliens, apparently underwater stuff. Because that does make a lot of sense. Didn't even talk about that.
I 100% believe in aliens. I don't
I mean,
believe they have
foolish
been
not
to
believe
Earth, but I do believe they exist.
What if we're the aliens?
See, if you're talking about what I think you are, it's possible, but highly unlikely.
See, my thought process is not like, ooh, some aliens came down and then they mixed the DNA of chimpanzees with something else, and I'm like, no,
That's
but
not
what
what I'm
if like
talking
we came on like an asteroid, right? And we're like a different type of bacteria, and then that
Yeah,
bacteria and it
there
just
was
ended up going into the DNA of like some type of monkey, and then eventually evolved it differently. And then we just started eating shrooms, and then it unawakened part of our brain, and then we became a little bit smarter. And
No,
Yeah.
there was a meteor that was dated to, I think it was like 4 billion years ago. And it had what appeared to be like microscopic fossils on it.
Okay.
I
Makes
get
sense.
I haven't read anything about it in like over 4 years, so obviously I could be vastly wrong about the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it did have what appeared to be fossils on it, which could have just happened naturally from shit dying around it.
Possibly, yeah. That's just tape for sleep. It's just gonna fuck up the desk. Aliens were here long before we were.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
That's very
technically,
possible.
yeah. Like I was gonna say, like there's not
'Cause
proof that there was life
our
on
star,
Mars,
like the
but
sun.
Mars definitely
is-
had a habitable atmosphere at one point, so it's possible that
Yeah,
like something lived there.
Yeah.
So
Like,
I'm not gonna say that
Our star
we
is
came from
like
there.
relatively young compared to the rest of the Milky Way, and like even like the other galaxies and all that.
Yeah, definitely.
So
definitely.
it's extremely possible that we are like the newest generation.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, quote
you're
unquote.
definitely right. Yeah, there's probably some way or another that we are just like a form of life that came after another one, right? Oh, I mean, there's proof of that obviously because dinosaurs and shit. But like, you know what I mean? Like a form of primate or even all of our cellular biology going back to like our farthest back ancestors of the bacteria. It's possible life was on the planet before that, but a different type of life. And the main issue that I have with a lot of like the science shit is we're looking for life like us. We're looking for biological life.
We're not actually. At this point, our search for life outside of planet Earth and our solar system is looking at the stars. Because right now, obviously, it's almost impossible to look at a surface of a planet and see anything.
Well,
But
we're
what
looking
we
for
can do-
carbon-based life. That's
No,
what
no,
we're
no,
looking
no.
for in any type of research. And there's, to our understanding, that's the only form of life, right?
No,
But
there's like I think it's phosphorus-based life. Was it phosphorus? I don't remember. No, sulfur.
I was gonna say sulfur sounds better. Phosphorus would just be like, all right, we touched some oxygen, now we're a little bit fucky, you know, like.
If you cannot tell, I am very tired.
Oh, I can tell. I can tell. but no, like we mostly look for like, carbon-based life.
Yeah, that would be ideal, but really what we're looking for right now is like superstructures that surround stars, because it's a lot easier to detect, and any advanced life would realize that harvesting your home star is the most effective form of energy there is.
that we can currently do ourselves.
Yeah.
Because obviously dark matter is able to put out significantly more energy, and we don't know how to harness that.
Debatable, but
It's not debatable at all. Literally, like 1 nanogram of dark matter can produce more energy than our entire like sun. could like do in its entire
I haven't
life.
heard anything about that.
Yeah, like that's why dark matter is
I'll
such
have
a
to
sought
look
after
into
thing,
it.
but we don't understand how to control it. Add to that,
We don't
that
even
dark
know if
matter
it,
is,
or we know it exists, but we don't even know what it does.
yeah, it's possible it could just collapse upon itself and create a black hole if we were able to obtain it, you know? What is that ban button? What do you mean ban button? Why are we banning
What?
people?
You know what interests me?
Please don't ban
Black
me.
Black
I have
holes.
done nothing.
Black holes do seem... See, there's a theory that we're inside of a black hole, and that there's black holes inside that black hole, and that's why there's a black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy. And that's why we
Yeah.
can't see past the viewable universe, because it's inside of a black hole. And we're currently being sucked in. There's a theory about that.
Yeah.
The sound
I mean,
effect.
it's possible.
Oh, Geki, I swear to fucking Christ. Do not.
You know what?
Do not do it, but I will literally slap you, Geki. Do not click that ban button. Because I swear to God. Just saying, bro. Okay, there's a sound effect. It's
Mhm.
called the ban button.
Okay.
And,
I haven't heard it yet. Geki, you should.
no,
click it.
it's very expensive.
Oh.
Yeah, they
I
have, you have
just
to
looked
donate
at it.
bits.
Jesus
in order.
Christ.
Yeah, it's very expensive. But it's like that for a reason, because I can get literally banned just for those sound effects.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's like a lolly getting railed or some shit. Like,
Oh,
like for a
fuck.
while. Okie dokie. I know VR Funny had it on their stream for a little while. So yeah, let's get back to like the spooky scary stuff is more like supernatural. That's what I was more looking for. Or like things that we don't understand necessarily, because supernatural is, you know, essentially like paranormal supernatural is probably a form of science that we don't understand, because like we don't know
understand black
half the
holes.
shit in this universe, right?
We don't understand black holes.
Okay, but that's real science, not potential pseudoscience, right? Because like I'm not going to say that shapeshifting is necessarily real, but I'm not going to doubt the things that I've seen, right? So because that could be a form of science that we don't understand, because it's a life form from a different dimension that doesn't care about what we have to do, which then becomes real science but pseudoscience, because we understand that there's potential for other dimensions, but we don't have a way of getting there or proving it. But theoretically, it makes sense that there could be more, considering that, you know,
And in
time
theory,
is,
a lot of stuff makes sense. Like,
yeah, considering that, you know, light is a constant, but time is not. So it's possible that you can go backwards in time. Maybe that creates a different form of, like a different timeline, creating a new dimension, or that kind of concept. You know what I mean? Because like, if you could go back yourself, well, were you able to change something about your childhood? Well, if you don't remember that ever happening, then clearly you created a new timeline, right? Because originally you weren't like that, right? And that's one continued timeline of that happening, but you went backwards. That means that the back is put in front of the forward, right? But doesn't counteract the other forward, right? Creating two different branches, which is really confusing to look into. I love time travel, right? That's why I always use that as my example, because that's the most well-versed form of pseudoscience that I'm interested in and know of, because it's theoretical. It's like advanced theoretical like physics. So, but what you look at?
Personally, I think technically time travel can exist, but only forward. Just going
well-
based off of like what you know we know right now, like, you know, the faster you move, the faster or slower time feels for you.
Yeah, and we can't do anything
Like-
that matches light.
Orbiting a black hole for, like, let's say for you feels like an hour, can be several days.
Or millennia.
Yeah, we don't know that. I mean,
Yeah.
we do, and I don't remember.
I'm sure the
because I haven't
science is
looked at
there,
it
and
in a
neither of us
while.
are smart enough to know it. But what you looking into?
Slowing down light.
Well, you can slow down light, but light is still a constant, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever you
can change a
quote-unquote
portion of light,
slow
but other
down
light
light,
goes, yeah.
You're just changing how far it needs to travel.
Yeah, exactly.
So instead of going like in a relatively straight line, it's still going in a straight line, but it's just bouncing between all the molecules and slowing down, or not slowing down. It's just taking longer.
Yeah, because the distance is changing.
It's
Though
the difference
minutely
between
difference.
making two or a left turn and a right turn to keep going straight and just going straight.
Pretty much, yeah. Almost exactly that. But like theoretically, we can never get faster than light because light doesn't have mass. but we do, and
Light
that's
doesn't
why
have
it doesn't slow down.
Photons do have mass.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
Photons are the one thing in existence that do not have mass.
Photons have
Yeah,
mass.
photons do not have mass. Photons are
No,
actually
look it up.
just waves.
Photons are the only thing in existence that does not have mass. Which is the only reason that light is a constant. It is literally the basis of E equals mc squared. That is what Albert Einstein himself even came up with. Photons are the one thing in existence that do not have mass, and that is why we can never go faster than light, because we have mass. Thus, we are affected by things such as, you know, gravity, drag, all that shit. But photons don't have mass, because they are just waves. So, but they're measurable, and that's why they are able to be, you know, viewed. Yeah. Alright, let's get back to spooky, scary shit. That's what I care about. I don't want to talk about science. I talk about science way too often.
Ghosts
Ghosts.
exist, yes or no?
I believe yes. Yep.
I do not believe so.
Okay. Well, then I guess you won't be telling the ghost story.
No.
We're talking about spooky, scary. Not to debate on if it's real or not. We're here to talk about stories that we've got. Do you have... Okay. Without... You're allowed to be a skeptic. You're allowed to not believe in it. But do you have any stories of something that you couldn't explain?
Not really.
So you live a sheltered life. No, I'm kidding. I'm just fucking with you.
Here, I get... No, that's too controversial. I should not say that.
Oh, no. I don't want to hear it then. Oh, boy. Oh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come off as a dick. I mean, I did, but I didn't.
No, you
know?
don't understand what I was about to say.
Oh, no. I'll bug
I
you
don't
about it
know.
like another day or some shit. Be like, what were you gonna say? Or just send in a DM or some shit, just so I can laugh at it. So that's the joys about like talking with you, because I know that like no matter how much our ideals are different, we are still like we understand. It's just you're allowed to have differing ideals and understandings and beliefs,
Yeah.
and that's why like I really enjoy getting along with you, because like we could have completely different views on something, but we still respect each other's view, right? Like we could jokingly call it stupid, right? But you know, we don't mean it as that other person is stupid, right? So,
Yeah.
that's what I like about you. You chill. Plus, you're usually tired as fuck or drunk, and you just don't care. Or high. I don't know how it works. You're like, all right, whatever.
I don't get high all too much anymore.
Yeah, I haven't talked with you when you were high in a very long time now.
Oh, fuck, wait. No, I live in Texas. I have never been high in my life. I am straight edge.
It was only when he visited Colorado and he just tried it once.
Yeah. I was in Colorado.
And I
with
did
my
not like it.
entire
I am a
setup.
good Christian law-abiding citizen.
I'm a God-fearing, red-blooded American.
Where's my Bible? Time to thump.
I do not actually think there is a Bible in my house.
I have one somewhere. I think I have a copy of the Quran too. I just don't know where. Man. That's one thing. Do you believe in any form of religious thing like that?
I don't
Not necessarily the belief
actually
system,
believe in
but-
any, but I have a couple that I want to be true.
Okay. Like what?
Like reincarnation. I think that'd be badass.
I definitely believe that. Like, and in theory, it does make a lot of sense. Because, like,
I don't-
energy doesn't disappear, it changes form.
Yeah.
So what's to say that you aren't just, you died as a human, and then after your body and all your energy is gone and whatnot, and eventually you become, like, some form of, like, nutrient to grass, and then eventually that grass ends up getting eaten by an animal, and then that energy ends up becomes feces, and then the heat off of that goes into, like, something, and then that ends up going into the air, and then that air ends up going into another person, and that person inhales it, and then the molecules from that energy and whatnot goes into the womb, and then you're born again as another human, or as another animal, or some shit, right? Not necessarily the exact premise of what most people go as
Yeah, I know what you
reincarnation,
mean.
but, like, theoretically.
If we're talking about energy, that basically proves that light has mass.
No, it doesn't.
Photons have energy, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Light comes off of heat. Yes. An electrical current has heat. You are filled with an electrical current. But the light is a byproduct, it is not the product itself.
But photons...
Did you Google it?
Yes, I did.
And it said the photons don't have mass?
Nope.
Photons
says
don't have mass.
theoretically,
Photons don't have mass.
Theoretically, photons don't have mass. But if photons don't have mass, they don't have energy either. Because everything with
They are
energy has
energy.
mass.
No, they aren't energy. Photons aren't energy.
Oh, I'm fucking.
It's
I'm
the
really
byproduct
confused.
coming
I've
from the
confused
way that we use
myself.
solar energy. Okay, is we take the heat from the sun and the ultraviolet rays and a bunch of all that shit, right? The light itself is not what we use. It's the byproducts from the light, and the light can become a byproduct from the things created by its own byproduct. It's like an infinite loop. So
I have
photons
done gone
have
and confused
mass.
myself.
Photons are the smallest measure of light, and no, they don't have mass. So that's easy,
Ooh.
right? Light is composed of photons, which have no mass. So therefore, light has no mass and can't weigh anything. Not so fast, because photons have energy. And, as Einstein taught us, energy is equal to the mass of a body multiplied by the speed of light squared. How can photons have energy if they have no mass?
light is composed of photons, so we could ask if the photon has mass. The answer is then definitely no. The photon is a massless particle.
Okay, where's that from? According
Physics,
to
relatively.
theory, it has energy and momentum but no mass, and this is confirmed by experiments within strict limits.
Yeah, because you can't go faster than light, so you can't detect if you can go faster than it. Yeah. Ghosts are just people
All
from another
energy-
parallel universe? What if they're like people from
I like
this
that.
universe?
Okay.
Alright, that go to another plane, and then you're seeing a different dimension. Because our dimensions
That's
are
literally
mixing.
just what they said.
Actually, what Einstein was proving is that energy.
Well,
and
if
mass
it's
can be
people
the same
from this
thing.
one, though. Because it says people from another parallel universe. So what if it's like they go to a different plane? It's a different dimension, not a different universe. Because what if there's different dimensions to our universe?
Oh fuck.
He's like, I'm too tired for this, man. Geki's sitting here like big brain. Yeah, literally the entire theory of relativity is based around photons not having mass because we can't measure mass on them.
Well, yeah, we can't measure them. We can't stick a box of light and a box of darkness on a bathroom scale and be like, oh, which one weighs more?
No.
But there's a difference between, mass in motion and rest mass. Like, me...
But light doesn't have rest.
No, exactly. So
we can't measure its mass because it doesn't have a resting point.
yes,
Like what mass would have.
but because we can't measure it, it doesn't say, we can't prove that it does not have mass, but we also can't prove that it does.
But we can use the math from it to prove that other things do have mass, and we can't use that same math to prove that it has mass. And it's accurate when we use it as a measuring point.
Yeses and nos.
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna trust Einstein. He was a big smart dude. All right.
Einstein was the one that proved that anything with energy has mass. Photons have energy, therefore they have some sort of mass.
Well, yes, but he's also the one that said that E equals mc squared.
Yeah,
Which is literally meaning that we have to times it by something that doesn't have mass.
and we have to
That's why we times
multiply
mass by
the
it.
speed of light.
And light doesn't have mass.
The speed of
See?
a light.
This I don't want to talk
Yeah.
about science. I want to talk about scary shit. I don't care.
Scary shit,
I don't,
scary
if I
shit.
want to
Oh,
have this
ghosts.
conversation, I'll do it on a different
wow.
night. When I'm like, all right, let's go and grab a
Oh,
bunch of
Jesus.
versing's. We'll go and grab a bunch of articles. We'll look it all up in that moment instead of sitting here like I'm looking on my phone. I got
Right, I'm gonna start building up my research journal. Don't look at that.
Science is scary, I guess, but it's not like the spooky scary. It's just scary.
Dude, science is only scary when you have to do it. There's a lot of
Science is
math.
only scary when you start thinking about it too much. I mean, if you want to really think about it, we don't necessarily ever touch anything. You
Yeah,
technically are
Ubisoft,
99%
Michael
not there. And yet somehow we're there. Think about it. Wasn't an atom like 99% nothing? Oh,
Something
our
like
camera's
that.
doing the blurry thing. Be right back, everyone. I gotta turn off the camera and
Whoa!
fix that shit. One sec.
Oh yes,
Science is
144p.
Mm-hmm.
The struggle is real, my dudes. So give me a moment to reset that thing. Let's be uno momento. Later. Put that over there. All right, and we are back. I just gotta throw my filter back on. I don't think that's the one we're using. You're using this? Yeah, that one. Alright, I wanted the 144p. You're not getting the 144p. You get that in the background area over here. Because Just for some reason, it's kind of fucky wucky. Ah well. Man, we gotta think about more spooky shit. There's gotta be something. Like Hunter, are you sure that there's nothing that you can't that you experience that you can't explain?
Yes, I am 100%. My fucking caps lock on.
Is my fucking
Alright.
caps lock on? I can't
Sorry,
explain
I'm-
it.
What?
No, I've never had anything like that.
You know, it just occurred to me that muddy chinchilla. If you ever get a chinchilla muddy, you know that thing's probably gonna die, right? Because you can't get water on a chinchilla. Otherwise, their coat gets too thick and the water will never come out, and then they eventually die from being able to not control. Like they
That's
get too
actually
heavy and their muscles start dying.
Sort of true.
Yeah, like chinchillas clean themselves with sand.
Dust, but yes.
Well, they also use sand. Like there's chinchilla sand. My girlfriend works at a pet store.
I took 2 years of small animal care.
Well, she's literally the pet care associate, so they sell chinchilla sand.
Do you want to? Are you sure you want to debate somebody?
I don't need to. I could
took
literally just
2
ask her. And she'd be like, "No,
years
you use this."
A small
It's a
animal
form of.
care in
It's called
high
sand.
school 4 years
It's not
ago.
like the type of sand that you see at a park or a beach, but it's
I
called
know,
chinchilla
I know.
sand. Yeah,
Well, yeah, because if they called it chinchilla dust, people would be like, I don't want dust in my house.
exactly. Right, but it's called chinchilla sand. I don't care if it's actually like dust or not, because when you think dust, you think of like air particles. But yeah, I would technically it's more accurate type of sand. It's just a very, very, very small grit. So yeah. Well, Muddy, do you have any spooky, scary stories that you'd like to share with the class today? Like any supernatural shit, any ghost stories,
To share with
Bigfoot?
the class.
Yeah, that's what I said. I treat this like a classroom sometimes, man. I'm the teacher that tells you that you're fucking stupid, but, you know, that kind of cool. Should change my name to Sandy Chinchilla. Why, though? Be the muddy one. Fuck it up, man. Oh, man, I keep getting shit in my eyeballs.
It's sand.
Oh, man. No, it's actually an eyelash. Well, currently it's not my fucking finger, but you are so far in the darkness. Look at how dark you are on
I
there.
know.
This man just chilling in the dark. Just gotta get real close. Be like, all right, we're over here now. Hello. Am I white enough for you yet? I got nothing. You got nothing. You've never had an experience that you cannot explain? You don't believe in no unicorns or nothing? Actually, there's a theory on what unicorns actually were. They're actually just how people explain rhinos, because they used to call oh, what was it? I think it was hippos. Like it was like a Greek word or something like that with something horse. It was like fat horse or some shit. Obviously, don't quote me on that.
Water horse.
Water horse? Was that?
Was it water horse? I don't fucking remember. It was something horse.
I don't know. Well, it's just because they use the same word for a lot of animals that were bipedal, or not bipedal, sorry, quadrupedal, that were large and, you know, not a dog or a cat. So the theory is that it's just a rhino, because it was like, because when you look at a rhino and you look at a hippo, if you didn't,
Oh,
Water
oh,
horse.
dude.
okay,
I almost
thanks
just
for my
dropped some
ears
stuff.
exploding. Holy shit!
I am so sorry.
If you didn't know that they were separate, you'd think, like as a kid, obviously, or whatever, you'd probably think, oh, they're related in some way.
Water horse or river horse?
Yeah, so there it is. Water horse or river horse. So it's possible they just explained it as a horned version of that, right? So that's the theory behind them. Though that being said, the fact that we don't believe that a horse could have a horn when we know that giraffes exist baffles me. All right, like if something could be that damn tall, why do we believe that there can be a small one with a pokey thing on its head when we know that deers exist? All right, like how can we not believe that a horse could have a horn? I don't think that they're magical, but like I definitely believe that a horse with a horn could exist, you know? Hell, a horse with a fucking tumor on its forehead would still technically count as a unicorn. Like, when you think about it, right? I'm not wrong. Like, we've seen deer. We've seen moose. They're not that far off from horses. Also, fun fact, did you know that hippos are more related to whales than they are rhinos? I think they're either a type of whale or a type of dolphin or some shit is like their closest relative. Like a few family trees up. right? But
Same with almonds and peaches.
yeah, actually, yeah. And I think it's like peanuts have less in common with like a cashew than they do
Bless
with
you.
like a pine cone or some shit.
Bless you.
Shut the fuck up. This man just chilling behind the chat in darkness and just says stupid ass joke. Stop.
Well, my back was hurting sitting up, so I'm leaning back.
I mean, that's fair.
How did they get Pittsburgh out of that?
I don't know, man. This thing is, the farther away you are from the mic, the worse it is, right? And the fact that it's just not great to begin with. It's a no bueno, man. Yeah, man. I want like, trying to think of like any other scary shit or like spooky stuff that I haven't talked about in like the past 2 weeks, right? Because it's alright if I repeat it like every like couple months or some shit, right? Because then, you know, someone's like, oh, let's hear the story again, right? But when I repeat it like almost every stream or like every week or whatever, it's like, all right, whatever, we've heard this before. So it's like, damn, son, I don't know what to say.
I mean, we can talk about science.
I don't want to talk about science. The stream title is Spoopy Time. Okay, what are we doing the Spoopy Time? I gotta think about the scary. I don't know, man.
Neither do I.
See, this is why we need more people in the chat. We need, or not chat necessarily, like in the voice call, that are into like scary shit. But like, nobody's online at this time of night, dude. Like, and the people that are online don't really talk about this kind of thing. They're just like, oh hell, now dealing with that tonight. Or they just don't believe in it.
Nope.
Or did I hear Spoopy Time? Gecky, that's what it's been the whole fucking time. Snoopy Time, that's different. Never mind. No, Gecky not allowed.
What's wrong with Snoopy?
I didn't like peanuts growing up.
How do you know he's talking about peanuts? We'll be talking about
the Charlie Brown.
Oh.
Oh shit!
SNOOPDOG.
It just read it as ah. It didn't even do like ah like I would expect. It just like ah. Thanks for the sub, dude. I appreciate it. Oh man,
I
we
realized
gotta.
it wasn't there.
Man, you're 1 month away from having a little dude stand outside, man. He's like
Almost
1 month
there.
away from getting. Let me show you guys. He's got what the fuck? Where my boy at? This one. He's 1 away from that dude. Ooh, yeah, boy. And then when you get 12 months, you get this dude.
Yeah.
Ooh, hell yeah, brother. Oh shit. Oh, hide the ad. Okay, gotta think. There's gotta be something else that has happened in my life that's weird. And I want like spooky scary, not like, oh, I ran away from the cops and this happened. Because that's happened enough times.
I didn't pay taxes in 2016 and the IRS is still after me.
Okay. I don't know if
That's
he's
pretty
being serious
scary.
or not.
It is pretty scary.
That would be, considering that here in Canada, if you don't pay your taxes, they just don't really give a shit. In the States,
Dude,
it's like,
if
oh,
you
no.
don't pay your taxes in America, Jesus.
Well, see, the thing is, I haven't paid my taxes since
Ugh.
like 2016. That's the funny thing.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, because here, if you don't pay your taxes after 4 years, usually the government owes you money here. And if you don't claim it within 4 years, they don't owe you it anymore. And I know the government owes me a lot of money. So it's probably just hurting myself, but I don't have any paperwork and I can't get my T4s or anything. I'm like, well, fuck me, dude. So we screwed. Actually, hold up. What, that haunted house that we went past, like the castle? Yep, I could talk about that if you want. That might be interesting. There's not a whole lot to talk about with it, but so pretty much, so I was telling the story earlier about like the alien lights thing that I saw, right? And I don't know if it was actually aliens, obviously. It was just kind of creepy. So going up those hills that I was talking about before, when you went up to the top of the one hill, there was like this this one hidden driveway. Like it was just forest came right up to the road pretty much, right? Because that road used to be only 2 lanes as opposed to 4.
Yep.
And as you went up, there was just this one turn off, and you're like, okay. And there was this house that was down there, and us as kids called it the castle. It was like this weirdly structured house. It's almost castle-like, right? It has like this big central like type point, and like the forest came within like not even 10 feet of like the house all the way around it, and it was like completely covered in forest. And apparently some guy like murdered his family there or some shit. Lots of ghost stories, but like the place is apparently haunted, right? And you can go there now because all of that forest has been like pretty much clear cut, and now it's all like housing and shit. But it got renovated, and it's actually like a full-on house and everything now. And it's kind of, apparently no one's lived there for like longer than like 2 or 3 years at a time. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to that. But it was just this creepy place. It wasn't too far away from me, and like it used to be like this like gray and black rundown kind of house, but someone still lived there. And now it's like this, it's all like beige painted on the outside, and it's really weird, strange. What you looking into? Oh, you're looking into the mental asylum. Yeah, there's an abandoned mental asylum that is here in our town, or not in our town, in the city near our town, but you know. But yeah, it's a kind of spooky. I want to go in there and check it out, but I also know that that's an easy way to get arrested. So
Small price to pay.
not when you have a record. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because then it's like, hey, guess who gets to go to jail? You don't get a fine, you get to go to jail. And it's like, well, shit. I don't want to go to jail. And all my other times I ever got in trouble for trespassing, so it's not like I haven't been warned before.
Visiting is not allowed. There are multiple security cameras throughout the property. Police will remove any trespassers. Entry to the building is nearly impossible.
Yeah. Like, it is... Police will be called almost immediately. Like, there's people surveying the place, like, 24/7.
Yep.
Not sure if this is ghost related, but at my old house, went to the store one day, and when I returned, my front door was wide open and every light was on. Sounds like someone tried to burglarize you.
So that sounds like someone broke in.
Yeah,
But,
and they just weren't really good at it because they left all the lights on. But like, they didn't steal anything though. But now there's a lava lamp, and just leave something that wasn't there
I've
before.
always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to like when
Break
somebody's
in and
gone
leave
from
something.
their house, yeah, and just leave like a filthy lamp just in the middle of the living room. I think that would be hilarious.
See, I've always wanted to do that, but like go to like an antique store before and buy like an old creepy doll.
Oh God, no!
And put it on a chair.
Oh no!
And like break in, put like while they're gone, put this thing on this chair, and then like find a lamp and just turn the lamp on, like look like shining down on this doll. And then when they get back, just they have this lamp shining down on this doll on this chair that they knew for a fact wasn't there before.
You know, it'd be really, really fucked up. Same concept. You get an old doll or something.
Yep.
But you get like some like shitty straw-looking type of rope, and you fashion a noose, and you put it around the doll, and then you tie it to a ceiling fan and turn it on slow. And you just like, if they have like a ceiling fan in the bedroom, and they walk in at night, like, that'd be so fucked up. But it's just this thing slowly rotating around the room.
And then you just find this like repeat sound of Ring Around the Rosie.
Oh God.
And you just put it on really quietly.
With like an old MP3 or some shit from like 2002.
Yeah.
That'd be funny as fuck. Oh man, you'd have to be like really careful with that kind of thing though, because then you leave fingerprints and shit behind.
Oh yes, because that's the biggest concern is leaving fingerprints.
I mean, if someone's like, you broke into someone's house, you're still gonna get charged, even if you left them a present. Might have been a scary one, but you left them a present. You know.
Imagine that. Imagine.
I swear, officer, it was just a joke.
Like,
yeah, I broke into this person's house and terrified them for the rest of their life and traumatized their child, for a joke. Yeah, that's gonna go over well.
Like you break in and then you just like leave something of value. They're like, someone broke in. Like, imagine them calling the police. Hey, someone broke into my house and left a Rolex.
Like,
the police.
That sounds like a Mr. Beast thing.
Yeah, Mr. Beast broke into my house. Don't call Mr. Beast after 3 a.m. You know?
He left me a Lamborghini.
And now I have fucking crippling debt because I have to pay for it.
In my garage.
You know? I have to pay for this
with
lease
this,
now.
New Lamborghini.
And the insurance is terrible.
I don't know where it came from, but it is new.
It is new. Be mad fucked up, dude.
I mean,
Oh.
I'd be if I opened up the garage and I saw a Lamborghini, I'd be skeptical. I'd be like, all right, what's
Who
going
fucking with
on?
me?
Who's fucking with me?
Yeah.
And then I'd check the glove box, and if there was an ownership with my name on it and the keys, I'd be like,
I now have crippling debt.
yeah, I'd be like,
This is gonna be
okay,
terrible for insurance.
Since it's technically mine, I'm gonna sell this.
Oh, big brain. Big brain.
I'd
Okay.
say Jesus.
Look at this man. There goes
then-
my college debt.
But I mean,
You know?
imagine trying to explain that to the bank. Like, imagine selling this Lamborghini, and then you have like $300,000 that you're trying to deposit into the bank. The bank's
Well,
like,
don't do it
You're
all at
lowballing
once.
a Lamborghini.
I mean, a vehicle loses like 70% of its retail value once you own it.
well, and it also depends on the Lamborghini.
But watch
Yeah,
that price skyrocket again when you say it was from Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast broke
You
into
just-
my home at 3 a.m. and left a Lamborghini.
I just put it on eBay at that point.
300,000.
Yeah, but
Minimum.
no, like that's just get
Not
it in
even-
fucking either deposit or into your account, or like you have it go through like a Swedish trust fund or a Swiss fund or something. Like that you're safe, you know, like
Jesus.
somewhere that doesn't
Bounce.
have the same laws.
Bounce between like 6 different accounts.
Yeah. Hell, I just like if you could manage to get it all in like cash, then just slowly deposit it over the span of a few years. You know. Like, yeah, just been doing odd jobs. Got a couple $100 this week. As long as you
but
pay your
you'd be
taxes on that money.
depositing the money for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but I mean, it can grow if it's in a bank.
Unless
Because if you got it in
everything
cash,
goes
you can spend your
bankrupt.
cash, and then when it goes into the bank account, it grows in interest.
Yeah.
I went to school pretty much to become an accountant because of my life insurance thing. It was part of it. Was an accountant course. So
Aki, finally here.
he's finally here.
Wow,
my
took you long
mans.
enough.
We're in the Discord if you want to join. If not, you know, chat's always welcome for you, buddy.
My goodness.
Join us. Join us.
us.
Join
So we're running out of
us,
stories, man. We
join
started
us.
talking about stupid shit.
Yeah. We started going off about science
Oh yeah,
and how
That was my
photons
fault.
have mass.
but we can't prove that they have mass, thus proving that they don't have mass. Because that's up. It's theoretical physics if they have it. Sorry, I was dying from spicy noodle. Ooh, I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. You had bad noodle? Cup
Or
of noodle.
He had
Bad
cup
spicy
noodle.
noodles.
Well, Aki wouldn't die from it though. Him and I have ate
My
spicy
ass
food when we were
would
younger.
die, dude. I cannot
So-
handle spicy foods.
Well, you're white. That's why.
Shut up.
I'm white.
My face went. Or a white person when they strictly ask for no
Sounding
hot sauce
terrible.
and find
See?
mayonnaise on their sandwich.
Spicy noodles.
Dude,
They
people
weren't
that
bad
do that
noodles,
are
they were
actually
just spicy.
disgusting.
The people are disgusting because they get mad because they called mayonnaise hot sauce, or because that would definitely be something disgusting. Yeah, so good, but hellish. Okay.
See, it bothers me when people are like, ketchup is spicy.
Ketchup is
It's
not
a
spicy.
fruit.
Ketchup-
It's a sweet fruit.
It's a
I was
smoothie.
about to say, ketchup is like one of the sweetest condiments there is.
See, now I've had this discussion, and I was thoroughly on the side of a ketchup being a smoothie for the longest time, until I realized how it's made. How do you make a smoothie?
I don't want to have this conversation because
Doesn't
I believe
smoothies-
that ketchup is a
aren't-
smoothie.
Isn't like the
Smoothies
base
are
component
blended.
of smoothie or milk?
No. You can
Am I
have
thinking
a,
of something else.
no, because you can have a dairy-free smoothie.
Oh, you're right.
That's meaning that it's not necessary. But ketchup, what is with this fucking webcam? It keeps turning towards you.
Because I'm bumping the desk.
Spicy ketchup
No, but it's
from
only going
Whataburger
that
is
way.
really
In
good.
theory, it should be pulling the other way because the cord.
Because it likes me.
Yeah, apparently. Here, that erased the ghost.
The camera likes me.
Let me just pull the cord forward a little. See if that fixes it.
Zoom, zoom.
Alright,
Okay, are you getting the
But no, so
chat?
I was
Discord?
100% believing that ketchup was a smoothie. And I said that for many, 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 many years. And then I realized to make a smoothie, you need to blend it, and ketchup isn't blended, it's mixed. And that annoyed the
difference?
shit out of me. And I was like, no, but. And then I was like, you're technically right, and I hate you. And then eventually I was like, alright, fine, I'll side for that.
Is there a
Because
difference?
when you make a smoothie, it needs to be blended. And
Yeah.
ketchup isn't blended, it's mixed. And I was
What's
like,
the difference?
so mixing doesn't require blades. That it's at a higher speed, and it usually makes things still a little bit more viscous, and the only reason that ketchup has viscosity to it is because of the sugar. Thus meaning that it's not because of the blending that it goes through, even though it's a mix. Because it's actually put through pretty much like a big churning kind of thing. So like, I want it to be a smoothie, but apparently it's not.
Well, through...
We can debate something else. Pop-Tarts, are they raviolis?
I hate you. Why would you say that?
Yes, they are.
Oh boy. Give me moisture.
I got my water with me this time, bitch. I got my moisture.
Dude, I don't have any water. I should probably go get some later.
Oh yes, you got moisture right there. Heck yeah,
So,
brother.
a smoothie is a thick and creamy beverage made from pureed raw fruit, vegetables, and sometimes dairy products, typically using a blender. It's not specifying that it has to be a blender, but it's saying typically. However, it's with raw fruits and vegetables, and ketchup is made with cooked tomatoes.
So that would be the difference then.
So that's the difference.
So that'd be why ketchup wouldn't be it. Plus, I don't consider ketchup a beverage. I'm sure someone does, but I personally don't.
you don't take shots of ketchup? Wow.
Not
Weak.
normally, no.
You know what's good to take shots of though?
There's a 1, 2, 3 in chat saying 2 meth heads, 1 stream. Joke's on you. There's 3 of us. All right. There's only one of us is over Discord. Pop-Tarts are sweet ravioli. I don't know how I feel about that though.
Oh shit, Geki, you said you were from Texas. Whataburger, spicy ketchup, that shit good.
Yes.
Spicy
I'm
ketchup.
not from
Yo,
Texas,
we
but I've
had
Whataburger.
what was it? Was it jalapeno ranch sauce or habanero?
Habanero.
Yeah, habanero ranch
Habanero
sauce.
ranch?
Shit was
It's really
so
good.
good. It was
Yeah.
like,
Thank
here's
you,
a
Geki.
punch, here's the cooling, and it was like, oh, need more. Don't remember where the fuck we ordered it from. I can't find it in like my skip the dishes or DoorDash.
I know. Well, you deleted your DoorDash.
Well, I still have it on my record because I
Okay.
reinstalled it. Because
Why'd you delete your DoorDash?
because they fucked up my order too many times.
Wait,
So
the-
they literally they just canceled my order, or they just wouldn't send someone to go get it, and I was like, fuck this. And I was even like using like my DoorDash code on my stream and shit. So, but bro, it's so good. I can't remember where it is from either though. Yeah, like I was like, what the fuck? So I don't know. Like
What's the best way
I
to
don't
celebrate?
remember. Like, and I can't
I
list
know,
off the
you
places
can-
that it would
you
be
can buy
because if I start
habanero
listing places that are local shops, people can
ranch
start looking
from-
it up and find out where we live.
like Walmart and stuff.
I wish that I could purchase. I mean, I'm sure I could online, but like a bottle of the spicy ketchup from Whataburger, because
Yeah, you
I
can
have-
buy that shit in Texas.
Yeah, but we don't got
we
Whataburger
don't-
here.
We don't have Whataburger, and
He's gone to the States though. I haven't.
because I have a friend of mine in Fort Worth, so I've been down to visit him, and yeah, he's just like, yo, we have to go get some burgers, and I was just like, okay, from where? And he's like, Whataburger, and I was just like,
And then you
Water?
took a nibble and your life was different.
yeah. Well, at first I thought he said Waterburger, and I was just like water is in the drink
The
water.
liquid.
The liquid, yeah. And I was just like, Waterburger? That sounds disgusting. But he's like, no, Whataburger. And I was just like, okay. So we get there, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I think I remember seeing this on some sort of show, TV show, whatever it was. I'm down. Tried it. And he's like, he asked me if I like spicy things, and I was like, yes. He's like, all right, you need to get it with the spicy ketchup. And I was like, okay, I can do that. Got it with the spicy ketchup. And I was like, I need this in my life ASAP, but I can't, like, we don't have any way to purchase it unless I'm able to find it online. And then with the way that the States and Canada are, shipping any food product sucks. Like,
Big time
Big time.
sucks.
the only time it usually works is if you have someone specifically, like if I order it from like a store down in the States, then it's really iffy and they won't usually ship it to Canada. But if I have someone in the States that purchases it and then ships it to Canada, that's usually different. That's usually fine. But yeah, when I was down in Fort Worth, it was the first time I had Whataburger. First time I had Waffle House, and Waffle House changed my life.
Waffle House is alright.
When
you gotta
don't
remember,
have it-
our tastes for food are very different between our countries as well.
yeah.
And
yeah,
like,
that's fair.
yeah,
like,
and like also our production of food is very different as well.
Yeah.
So, DoorDash
Fun
shipping and
fact,
tip are too expensive.
One
it's not the
really
worst.
good
Could
tip
be Uber
for
Eats.
judging whether or not a place is okay to visit in the United States is to find out if their Waffle House is closed. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
If it's
Okay.
closed,
I've heard
stay
that.
away.
My ass was having a hard time focusing with trash changing the filters. I was just trying to see which one would look best with the change of lighting. Because I kept looking over and I was like, he's literally barely visible on screen. So I was like, I'll turn that one back on. Aloofer? How you doing? I haven't seen you in a hot
Hey.
minute.
White shirt.
In the Discord, I sent a video of a guy eating a giant burger from Whataburger. There's so much support in that video. I love it with a passion.
Have to check it out at some point. Oh man. Yeah, DoorDash shipping and tip too expensive. It's not as bad as Uber Eats. If I use Uber Eats, like my $7 drink will be like $50. So like I don't use Uber
Yeah,
Eats.
I'd
Uber
say
Eats,
it's fitting
it can get
exaggeration.
kind of expensive.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. Like especially with like DoorDash, and
DoorDash,
Skip
at
the
least
Dishes
they have
having
that
everything
stuff
now.
where on some places you can order like, I think it's like $12 and it'll knock off the shipping.
There's also like the Dash Pass or whatever. And if you use that,
I have Dash Pass.
see, I had that, but I didn't realize that I had it, so it was charging our card and whatnot. And I was like, I don't use DoorDash often enough. I use Skip the Dishes, right? So I was like, well, there's an extra
Skip the
10.
Dishes
Apparently,
is
I've saved
Canadian.
$45, right? But how long have I had that, right? Maybe I've saved
dude,
15.
I probably
actually.
saved several $100
I
with
don't want
Dash
to
Pass.
that much. I wish I could, but I don't got that kind of money. So, also, Geki
No, this
says
is
he's seen
over the
video we
course
were
of
talking
like
about.
almost 2 years now.
Everybody making me drink some moisture. Oh my goodness. Let's grab some fucking moisture.
I have like 15,000 points and I don't know what to spend them on.
Save them up for something. Because I got
I am.
some really expensive shit in here. Like,
I'm
I've
saving up
got-
20k. I want to make you run an ad.
That's just to piss off everyone.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for someone to get 1 million just to so I can narrate some fan fiction for them.
If it's not Sonic's Ultimate Harem,
I've done that myself though. I just want someone to
Dude.
pick whatever the fuck they want. I'll do it. But Aki, do you got any more like scary shit? Do you want to join us though? Yeah? Yeah? Luford, you got any spooky scary stories? Any like I don't know, like supernatural, paranormal, aliens, Bigfoot, cryptids, you know, that kind of thing? You into that kind of stuff? I don't know. Who knows? I mean, I saw the face of that thingy again the other day. Of course you did, because you've been thinking about it. Your brain's gonna start thinking about it. So, what's this man? But you have to be in the stream for it to build up, right?
I know,
So-
which is why I'm in the stream.
I wonder how much my bot has. Let's give that a quick check. My bot has 127.3 thousand.
god damn.
Yeah.
You can
Sleeping on the
you can pick your own
couch.
fan fiction and make it narrate or make yourself narrate. I am.
I
not
could just do it.
gay.
I can just do that without
Dude,
wasting
I
my
just
bot's
had a
points.
stroke.
Yeah, you know.
English is hard.
Yeah. No, I'm just waiting for someone to hack my bot account and then do something with the points. That'd be funny.
Just
I'd be like-
continuously redeem moisture.
Drink all the water. Yeah. Just creeping around the corner while I was sleeping on the couch. Ooh, that's not spooky at all. Fuck that. Hell no. Man, do we want to go for another late night adventure? Nope. No? Oh, okay.
That's like
He's like, bro, I don't want to.
Dude, speaking of late night adventures, this is about Whataburger again. I'm not saying I've ever been high, because I am a good Christian boy. I have never done such a thing, but one time, hypothetically, me and my boss were under the influence of an herbal substance, and we went to Whataburger and spent $50.
This is really not that bad.
Yeah, that's not that bad. I spend that when I just order any food. Just because I'm like, well, shit's expensive here. Actually, yeah,
Dude,
why is food so fucking expensive here?
It's better quality.
because it's
We
good.
have a lot more restrictions on what can go into the food.
That's true, actually. Like,
And, how
and
it's
plus
made.
our beef comes from literally like an
Alberta.
hour north or out west.
Yep.
Like,
Where was I? I was in Pickle Barrel when I was in Toronto. We went to the Pickle Barrel, and one of the things that they had was a Alberta beef brisket.
okay.
And I ordered this brisket, and it was like I was back home. It was so good, it was so tender, and it made me miss living in Alberta because the beef.
Was it
there-
smoked in house?
Yep.
Fuck,
Yep.
dude.
Yep. They're man, there's something about Alberta beef that's just different than any other Canadian beef that I've had. I don't know what it is. It's probably me being biased, being like, oh, it's from Alberta, it's better because I'm from Alberta and I'm better.
It's possible. Literally every single province hates all the
Alberta
others.
beef, it's different. Yes, it does.
It does though, actually, yeah.
In
It's
America-
a different breed of cow.
Anybody who doesn't live in California hates California. California is weird. I can only think of like
Hey,
one
man,
person
we
I
got
know
some
who doesn't have any
avocado.
negative experiences towards California, and that's my dad because he was born there.
I mean, fair though.
Facts about what? The avocado honey or the people hating California?
What?
I
Cali
don't
be
know,
weird.
man.
Oh,
Cali be weird as
yeah,
hell,
yeah.
bro. Like Cali is like I really wanted to move there for a very long time, because I wanted to go to Glendale, California. That's where I wanted to move to because it's like Los Angeles without the Los Angeles. You know,
I want to move to San Fran. Oh, I love San Fran.
that'd be a little expensive though. That's the main thing. Like
Yeah, but so
Glendale is like
Toronto.
LA without the pricing of LA. Still expensive, but without the pricing of LA. And that was why I wanted to move there. Add to that there's quite a few YouTubers that moved to there because they aren't okay with the LA lifestyle anymore. But it's
Mm.
close enough that they're still able to have the network connections and business and shit, right? So it's like, alright, but then, you know, girlfriend was like, no. That's being picked up by the mic, please stop.
I can see it.
So, but my girlfriend was like, no, it's like too hot there, and blah 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 blah, this, that, whatever, it's gonna suck. And I'm like, it's not like you leave the house anyways. But I was like, alright, and then we were debating moving to Utah because she's from Utah. But then I found out Utah has a cap of 3% on alcohol, on all
Utah what?
alcohol. What?
Oh fuck! Yeah,
That's
no,
what
thank
Utah
you.
putty tat?
I'll stick with Texas.
Utah putty tat?
What?
This motherfucker.
Really?
So Utah,
I taught putty tat.
that's enough. So Utah has a cap on alcohol being at 3%, and I was like, bitch, I've had water stronger than that.
Dude,
So, and then all my friends are like, yo, I live in Texas. I live in Texas. I live in Texas. I live in Texas. I'm like, I guess I might as well just fucking move to Texas. Because in a worst case, if something happens, I got at least somebody that will like take me for a bit. You
Oh,
know,
come
like
on, you
if
thought
my
it was
life
fun.
goes to shit, I have a couch to crash on. If not, there's a few dozen more, right? Like, because like literally, Geki's from Texas. You're from Texas. You know, Maddie's in Texas. Shuggy's in Texas. You know, like I got a bunch of friends in Texas.
yeah, but
and-
Texas is so very large.
Yeah, but Texas is still smaller than Ontario,
Yeah, that's true.
and I'm from Ontario, so it's not that large. You gotta remember, my province is bigger than all of Germany. Okay, like,
But isn't Texas bigger than Germany?
don't think so.
How to
You
look
can
this
look it
up?
up. But,
Germany.
yeah, there's actually like a place converter where it's like some square miles or square kilometers difference in size. And shit.
Germany is basically 138,000 square miles.
You just go compared, like Texas
Texas
size.
is 268 square.
Now look it up compared to Ontario.
268,000 square miles. How do you
We're
spell
gonna
Ontario?
pretend like he didn't say that. What are you talking about, Aki?
The putty tat.
Oh yeah, okay.
Utah,
okay. Yeah,
or
we're gonna
whatever.
pretend. But I was like, well, I might as well move to Texas at this point.
Ontario.
And if I want, I can go on to like the southeast part
Jesus
of Texas.
Christ,
But I
Ontario
mean, that's
big.
hurricane area. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny? We're in northeast Ontario, aren't we?
No,
No. Sorry, we're southeast. Sorry. But
Southwest.
literally northeast Ontario is
Southwest.
still like the south of Ontario, because like the majority of Ontario, from like, if you were to like scale it up, right, and it's just like the bottom is 0, the top is 100, not size wise, but like just bottom height, right? Like,
Yeah.
what is it? Latitude? Latitude is this way, right? Yeah.
Fucking something.
If you just go by that, like, you're not even 40% up and you're in northern, right? Because the rest is all just like fucking like mines and like, they're not real mountains compared to, you know, like Alberta and like British Columbia and shit. But like, there's like mountain ranges, there's mines, there's farms, there's literally nothing north. So, well, there are some things north. A lot of indigenous people in really, really shitty living situations because the government hates us. So,
Gas is so expensive.
yeah, fuck,
In
dude.
Northern
Food is expensive
Ontario?
up there.
Well,
Banana, like a single banana up there is like $4. It's fucking stupid.
man.
Yeah, dude. Like, living up there is terrible. That's why all of them like hunt and shit. And if anyone tells them they can't, they just look at you like, I'll hunt you. Try me. You'll get buried on the reserve and never get found again. Like, and Ontario is 3 times larger than Germany. Jesus, we big boy. Yeah, we are. But like, most of us don't live up there. The northern part isn't that big. The Spoops is back. Yeah, well, we're not really talking about too much spooky shit anymore. I want us to be, but, you know, there's not really any conversation going into that. So, I don't know what you guys want to talk about.
All right, Hunter. How much is gas where you are in dollars per gallon?
Sailor Moon is the best.
Last time I checked, it was
not gonna say it's the best, but it's
183
pretty
US
good.
dollars per gallon.
Sailor Moon's pretty good. What? Our gas prices compared to theirs?
You know how much his gas is compared to ours?
How much?
183 a gallon is 64 cents a liter.
Wait. So ours is cheaper?
No, theirs is
Oh,
cheaper.
oh yeah, theirs is cheaper. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, no shit. Like
Oh
ours
my
is like
gosh.
over $1. Like it's like almost $1.50 usually for gas here per
could-
liter.
But our gas prices change like on like every hour, so it could be
Oh, so do ours.
completely different.
So
Yeah.
are ours, but ours usually ranges between like at most like 15 cents. Sometimes like when this whole COVID thing started, like it was down to like 60 cents a liter, and we're like, what the hell? I haven't seen that.
So
in,
yeah,
like,
I'm
forever.
seeing anywhere from 180 per gallon to 165 per gallon. So
Yeah, I don't know. I remember back when I was in like grade 10 or 11, I was doing like a math equation, and obviously the books that you get in school are from like the 80s, if not before, right? And I did all the math to figure out how much gas would cost, and it was like 80 something cents or 70 or 80 cents, and I was like, I must have got this wrong. And then I was like, hold up a minute, and I looked at the back of the book. I'm like, yep, sure enough, this is an old ass book.
oh god.
Yeah, because it was like half price to what it normally is here. I was like, I fucked up somewhere. Nope, just pricing sucks. Which sucks considering that, you know, we have something called the oil flats here. Alright. Like, there's literally areas where you can go and mine oil here in Canada. So why does it cost so much? Right? So stupid.
That's
like,
transportation
literally
and
why Alberta's
manufacture.
called oil.
No,
like,
it just has to do with we export our oil and then we import
Oil
other
that
shit
we
and pay for the
export.
imported stuff rather than using our own. Like, Canada is terrible about taking care of its own people, though. Like, easiest way of putting that. Now, obviously, I understand some people are in shitty living situations and whatnot, and if you have to immigrate and, you know, you're a refugee, obviously that really sucks for you, and I'm terribly sorry. You should not get free dental if I don't get free dental, alright? You can get our free healthcare, sure. But why the fuck do you get free dental and I don't? I live here, right? I've been living here my whole life. It's kind of stupid. Also, why the fuck isn't dental included in healthcare? Your teeth are kind of part of your health, you know? But stupid shit. Unrelated though. It's not spooky scary. We need back on spooky scary. Fuck this random oil shit. Boy. I don't know anymore. I don't know what I want to talk about. Alpha, do you have any spooky scary stories? Any ghosts, aliens, any shit like that? Look at this random piece of hair just dancing on my forehead. I don't know. We need to be talking about this. They gotta stay on topic. We're really bad about staying on topic, man.
Dude.
That's my main thing. I wonder if I have like any friends that live in like countries that have like very like strong folklore of shit like that are willing to talk about it.
All right, Hunter. Just for a comparison, when I put gas in my tank the other day, it was at $1.02 per liter in Canadian, and this is using the most recent exchange rate. Is $2.93 per gallon.
Yeah, our gas prices
Those were the
suck.
gas prices a couple years ago. A couple years ago, it was almost $4 a gallon. Or it wasn't almost. It was over 4. It was almost 5.
Damn.
I
But
think
then
the highest I've seen it here was what, 160.
I've seen it over $2 before.
You've seen it over $2.
Yeah, back when I was in high school.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Highest I've seen.
Mind you, that was over 7 years ago.
167.
And I think that was also when there was that war going on, though. Still, with the Middle East. Yeah. So that's probably why. And since we import all of our oil, which is stupid, why don't we use our own damn oil? You know. But.
yeah, I don't know what was going on with the gas prices that year, but for a solid year, the gas prices were insane.
Yeah, everyone just started walking everywhere. Eh?
No, Texas is too big.
We've already established it's not. It's bigger than
You
the
know
other
what
states.
I mean.
You'll eventually see big one day. Don't worry. Y'all Texans think everything's big, but it ain't. It just why does
What?
Did you see it said big butt? There was no reason for that. I said but it ain't. But it ain't, and it said big butt. Oh
Big
boy.
butt.
I mean the food down there is but like we have big food here too if you actually want to prepare a meal.
Dude,
Everything is bigger in Texas, though Texas is smaller than us, so
shut up.
yeah.
At least we can own guns.
I mean, we can own guns. We just can't walk around with them.
Yeah.
We can.
Though we can walk around with other weapons if they're melee weapons, and you don't even normally need a license for them.
Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Dude, I'm gonna start carrying a fucking claymore.
Is that really a good thing though? Yeah, I 100% believe that's a good thing. You should be able to carry weapons. Well, you're less likely to pull a weapon on someone that's got a weapon, right? That's like the main thing. Okay, so obviously this isn't spooky, scary shit. And this is coming from a Canadian, not someone that's like, rootin' tootin', I got my gun, I'm gonna start shooting. Like, no, it's... There's already a gun problem, okay, in the States, and I put air quotes around that, alright? So removing the guns is not going to solve it. Because the people that have the guns and are gonna be, you know, the people that will shoot up something...
to get a gun.
Well,
And,
yeah.
like,
You're missing the point what I'm about to say, Sean. The people that are the problem with guns aren't going to give up their guns. So if everyone else has a gun, they're less likely to shoot somewhere, you know? Because there's a lot more people with guns that will shoot them, alright? That's why you go to places, that's why places that don't allow guns into them are the place, or don't often allow guns into them, are the places that normally end up getting shot up, because that person doesn't have anything to worry about. Like schools get shot up because schools don't allow guns, you know? Churches get shot up because most churches don't allow guns, you know? Movie theaters don't allow guns, you know? Whereas all those places, those are the places that mass shootings happen, because that person knows, I'm not going to get shot back, you know? So, the problem now, like, you can't solve it just by taking away all the guns, because now you're just disarming all the people and making it easier. You're making everyone an easier target, right? The problem is there, the way to deal with it now is everyone gets properly trained with weapons and proper you should get a psychological evaluation before you're allowed to even touch one, right? Which I know there already is to a degree, but there's a lot of people that can just get it anyways. Like, there's some ex-convicts that are able to still get weapons, whether or not not necessarily like they always get it legally, right? But there are some that can still get it legally, which is stupid, right? And obviously some places have stricter gun laws than others, but it's just, the problem isn't remove the weapon, or the solution, sorry, is not remove everyone's weapons, because then you're disarming them. The solution is teaching people to be responsible with them, right? And that's the only way you're going to be able to solve that now. Because, well, America has more guns than people, alright? And Canada has, I think it's like pretty much like 1-to-1, And then you go to places like most European countries don't have like even 1 per 5 people, right? Now, obviously, it's not an exact number or ratio, but a lot of them are like that. There's guns isn't a thing. So, like, I get the respect and the love for guns, but like America has more shootings because more people are able to get weapons because there's more weapons there, right?
And plus, like, somebody that wants to do that, which obviously is a horrible thing, it should never happen, but if they absolutely set their mind that they're going to, you know, go into a place and shoot it up, it's not impossible to get illegal firearms. It's surprisingly easy.
Yeah, exactly. So why would you disarm everyone that can protect themselves, right? And like, obviously, if we could go back in time and make it so people didn't have the ability to get guns so easily, then yeah, that solves it to a degree. It'll cut the numbers down significantly, right? There will
Yeah,
be
but
less
you can
shootings.
still illegally import them from.
Oh yeah,
like,
definitely. But the number would still go
pretty
down
much
because
anywhere.
there's less people with
Yeah,
access to weapons, right? Because, you know, there's perfectly normal people that you say there's like those normal people in high school that you knew, and now you see them and they're like some fucking crackhead, and they're like, I need to get my next fix, right? That person went downhill in under 10 years. Let's say someone couldn't do the same kind of concept with they were mentally stable when they got the weapon, and then later on they kind of snapped because something happened. You know, a family member died, or they lost their job, their life went to shit, something, they start going crazy, right? Not necessarily that's always what happens, but some people do have a mental lapse because of events that happen in their life because of stress, and they think that the only way to do it is, you know, take out my anger on the world and then take out myself, right? So it should be harder to get weapons, yes, but it's not, so don't disarm the people from defending themselves. So and like, hell, if you
whenever
really want to
actually go
protect those
get
places,
your gun license, it's actually a pretty tedious process.
well, here's a solution, okay? War vets, ones that don't have PTSD and are trained with weapons. A lot of war vets have difficulty finding a job, just because the past few years they've been in the military, and thus the military ends up giving them a job. It's oftentimes there's a lot of war vets that go homeless because they don't have a job. So instead of having like, oh, I got the constable at my school, no, you have 3 different soldiers or ex-soldiers now as security for the school. No one's gonna shoot up that school if they know Commando Boy over there is gonna fuck them up. All right, someone trained with a weapon as opposed to someone that went to the range. Okay, I personally wouldn't go into, you know, a kung fu dojo and try and start a fight. So why would I go to a place where there's a an ex-military person, or at least multiple of them, that can fuck me up, right?
Yeah.
So there you go.
And
there's defense for that.
There's
place,
actually
right?
some places in Texas that are already sort of doing that.
It's a smart
like,
idea.
They'll get vets into the police force and then have them do security work.
Honestly, that'd be better, because I know a lot of police officers end up developing a god complex because I have weapon, I have power, right? Whereas someone that's trained with the weapon, not at a range, but trained.
Yeah, somebody
right? They know
who's
the discipline.
been on the line.
They won't shoot
they
someone.
know what the power is. They know in reality how powerless one person is.
And there's a big difference between military and police officers, because if
there is.
if military is not, if they are not given permission to shoot, they will not shoot. Like, even if the person's
Most
right
of the
on them,
time,
they'll,
there are outliers.
of course, there's always going to be an outlier, but as a general consensus, right?
Yeah.
They know that there will be consequences to that, right? So unless they're given the go-ahead, they will not shoot, right? Unless it's their life is in danger, right? And they aren't going to go, oh, there's a black guy, my life's in danger. They'll go, no, like, I'll address the situation appropriately, right? Because they've been in life and death situations before. They can recognize the difference between some guy looking for his paperwork as opposed to, you know, someone actually looking for a weapon, because there's that intent behind someone's eyes. You can usually tell, right?
I'm gonna
Hit the base?
Nope, I'm gonna get some Destiny.
Oh, he's got to play
before-
Destiny, all right,
yeah.
before the thing's done. All right, got you.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you hanging around, homie.
Yeah, man.
Might as well end stream soon, too. I'll end it in like 6 minutes, because then it's 3 a.m.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
that's fine.
Spoopy hours.
oh yeah, boy.
All right, good talking to you guys. Good seeing you.
All right, I'll talk to you later,
The
man.
last few minutes, and yeah, I'll be back next couple streams, and
Well, next one will be Breath of the Wild, so I don't know if I'll have enough room for that, but we might be able to.
well, you
So.
can play. I'll narrate.
Yeah, I'll have to sort out how to. We'll probably do the same thing as a Connect, but
Cool.
with last time. But
All right, see you guys later.
have fun. Yeah. While he goes do that, I'll turn the camera this way.
You guys should do a challenge where one person has one half of the controller and the other one has the other.
I'm already doing a what's called naked percent challenge.
After
So
that.
let me. Well, I've got a lot of other streams I need to get done too as well.
Okay, fair enough.
So let me bring that down to there so the microphone isn't peaking. Move my water over this ways. Alright.
Your room is so much like cleaner than mine. Mine is a fucking mess.
Well, this is actually what I consider messy at the moment. Because when I was moving around the studio, everything's still fucked up. So. Yeah, like I gotta solve a few things with this, but I mean it's not terrible, right? Like it's not the worst. Also, I kind of moved this mic back to where it's supposed to be.
I still can't believe you actually have a Rock Band mic.
Yeah, right. And no one can believe that the quality that comes from it too. It's like what the fuck. But I mean, you just gotta know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not like the hardest thing to fix a microphone so it sounds good. It just takes a bit of effort and know-how. Gotta fix my fucking camera angle. Alright, that's good enough, I guess. Alright. Gonna head out, dude. Gonna help another buddy try and get affiliate. Oh, fun. What buddy is it? Shoot me a DM on Discord. If you're on Discord. Might check him out after. Yeah, that was a good stream though. We just talk about a lot of dumb shit, random shit. You know, fun stuff, dumb stuff. Not necessarily all the spooky stuff I want to talk about, but we were talking about things.
I mean, but really, like, how much more spoopy stuff is there?
I'm sure someone's got stories of shit.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
So, it be what it's gotta be, bro. Yeah, we got about like 4 minutes left before we end up doing that all up. But, yeah, I've had a pretty fun night though. I enjoy just being able to chill, and I've hated not streaming for the past little while. So, finally being able to try and force my brain to get back into doing it is very nice. And it's just, oh shit, we're 3 away from the art stream. Nice. Let's actually figure out the subathon shit. Let me just actually hold up. Alright, let's throw this over this way so I can actually see it.
Who would want to pay for
Oh man, an ad. Let's hide that ad. Alright, so let's go on over here, and then we'll go and try and find the subathon thingy that I made. Just so I can see what we had. So, did the dye my hair. We did the horror map in VR chat. We did the live jump scares with that. Girlfriend dressed me up. Didn't end up doing my makeup, so we're gonna add that to the boudoir photo shoot thing. So I don't think you guys can really see this on the screen. It looks like, yeah, it's far too bright, but I'm reading it this way. It's whatever.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop off and go chill with one of my other friends. I will
Alright, my dude.
talk to you later.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you stopping on by. Love you, homie, and I will see you another night.
Alright, see ya.
Alright, so we did play Getting Over It for an hour. So we have to do a stream where it's just the waifu voice. Alright, so maybe we'll do that this week. We need to do a stream where I'm just in cosplay. We'll figure that one out. Maybe a different time. But it's we could do the Amnesia one, because we want to do Amnesia for an hour. So we could do that maybe on like Friday. If you guys want to do that on Friday, we could do like Amnesia for like a full stream. And then we've also got the Dark Souls 3 hard mode stream, so it'll just be a stream where I'm trying to learn Dark Souls and we'll be doing some form of challenge with it. So that'll be a very interesting stream. I've never played Dark Souls before. Closest thing I did was I played Code Vein for a little bit. And there's a Majora's stream, so there's really not too much that we haven't done yet. But there's still things that need to get done. So we need to beat Breath of the Wild, so that's just going to be a Wednesdays thing. And then, I guess, so Friday we can do the Amnesia stream. Because instead of doing it for 1 hour, we'll just do it the whole fucking stream, why not? Yeah, I think that sounds okay. I think that sounds pretty alright. And then maybe the Friday after that we could do the Dark Souls one. Because I like having like the just chatting for like the Monday and Tuesday. And then maybe the Mondays we'll do like gaming at the end of the stream. Like we really got to figure out what we want to do. But at some point we'll have it all sorted. But still got to do the maid dress stream, meaning that I need to get the maid dress. And I need to find where we've got that hiding. And then I still got to do the photo shoot that. And the main thing with that is I'm going to need to figure out if I'm going to be prettying myself up or if I'm just still going to look like a dude. Like, do I want to try and look like I'm pretty? Or do I just want to be me? So that means, do I shave? Do the I'm probably going to do the makeup with it too anyways. So should I do like a clean shave and do it? Then I could even like shave my legs and everything. That's going to be interesting. Because like I don't like having hair on my legs, but it takes way too much effort to do that. Sounds like a play on mouse? Yeah, boy. Alright, well. Let's go and drop a raid on somebody. Copy this name. Let's do this, go there, over that. Alright, so it's another just chatting streamer. Alright. So let's check and see if my desktop, audio, and browser are both muted. They are. Cool. So let me just toss this up over here. Oh, that's not supposed to do that. There we go. So let's go and raid Aki's buddy. Alright. Show him some love. Alright, everyone. I don't know if I really want to raid message, but let him know that, you know, he's doing the grind apparently. He's got a very interesting looking stream actually. Just chilling in front of the closet. So let's start up this raid. I appreciate every last one of you. Thank you for stopping on by. Tomorrow will be Breath of the Wild. 11 p.m. if not a little bit later because, well, I'm me. Until about 2 a.m. if not later because, well, I'm me. Naked % challenge. We'll see how that goes. Hope you guys all have a fantastic time. I love you. Follow me across all my social media. And follow if you haven't already. The little thing keeps popping up over there. Do it up. See you later, everyone.